All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I am doing well. A little confused by the data that came out here this morning, but other than that, doing great. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. Speaking of data, let's go right to it. I see the marking just falling apart here a little bit. So let's see what's
It
going on
is.
there. What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, well, this morning we had some big numbers came out. The job numbers, which aren't the impactful one, jobless and continuing jobless claims actually down slightly, so less people unemployed. The big number that's affecting the market here is the producer price index. So this measures the price of goods by from manufacturers, and it was up significantly. Look at that number, 0.9% increase in the month of July compared to the previous month. And the year over year number skyrocketed to 3.3%. What was confusing me is that the rating agency I was looking at was rating that as green. Normally that means that's a good thing. I don't see how that's a good thing, and the market seems to agree because increased price of manufactured goods translates to increased inflation. Increased inflation, in turn, will cause the Fed to at least maintain or increase rates, which is exactly the opposite of what the market wants. So, this is why we got the market going down, because the market likes lower interest rates rather than higher ones. So, anyways, I don't know what to make of this. This is a surprise number. That generally shows inflationary pressures on the economy. Remember, this is in conflict with the fact that the market is at all-time highs, which, we've gotten used to. The market is just going to be at all-time highs. It doesn't matter what the heck is happening. So, while that's good, it's really quite confusing for economists. So, in any event, look, the market is absolutely reacting. I'm looking at Tesla dropping here. I'm looking at everything that suddenly dropped and went red, by the way, when we were trending green generally in a number of things. This number has like brought us right onto the other side of the ledger. So while we had all-time highs both, well, all week, I can say, I guess, right? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. Now it looks like, yeah, we may be seeing a little bit of pullback due to this economic data. So, whereas the news has been all on earnings over the last couple of days, we're shifting back to base economic data here, and that seems to be what's going to move us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, setting up here for a very active day as these markets are continuing to drop here. All right, let's take a look at our gappers list, friends, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Right there. You can always come over here and see some of the latest tools for traders, as scanners and simulators and everything you could think of. But today we'll focus on our scanners. So as you can see, with the market doing what it's doing now, the SPY and Nasdaq, you see there's not a whole lot gapping up. Only a GRRR up is up this morning, 11.3 here. So let's take a look at that one. And then again, the gap down is going to be interesting, obviously, right? Obviously, this list is just going to continue to grow. I can see myself looking at some of our usual suspects like we do, the Teslas and Nvidias of the world that are probably in the red this morning. Have not pulled them up yet. Should be a lot of fun. Let's look at GRRR, very easy gap up list this morning. We are up 12%, 1.7 million shares traded. Hard to borrow. We've seen this ticker plenty of times, Peter. I don't think we ever actually traded it. It is up 12%, and the volume is not looking great. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, they're just still green because they were up so much that this decline wasn't able to bring them back bring them into the red like so many other things. They had a blowout quarter. They said in their first half of 2025, well, they released half year results rather than quarterly results, but in the first half they saw over a 90% growth in revenue, and while they paid down some debt. It's things are good at Gorilla. Gorilla Technology. We got to keep in mind the size of this company, though. When we say a 90% growth in revenue, this means that they grew their revenue to $39.3 million. Don't get me wrong, $39 million is that's a lot of money if you're an individual. If you're a company, $39 million. Not that much revenue really. So this, this is a very modestly sized company, and it is essentially a low float. So, Carlos, we have looked at this a number of times. I've never gotten close to trying to trade it.
Yeah, I don't think it's even made our list. It's just that type of ticker does not trade very well, so we'll leave this alone. Let's move on to well, before I do that, Peter, anything gapping up, if anything at all, that you like this morning?
Um, well, oh, it was gapping up until a second ago. JD.com was gapping up. They had earnings. It was one of the ones I was watching for earnings. They beat their numbers on revenue and bottom line, and uh, that was putting them higher. But like everything else in the market, they got brought down with economic data. They've just managed to push themselves green. So that may be an indication that there may be some resilience in JD, but yeah, it's iffy. JD's a tough. I used to love to trade this. This was one of the ones I went to, especially on when Baba was really expensive. JD was a more affordable option when we were trading the Chinese options, but I haven't really looked at it in a while, so I'm not sure what to make of it. The volume's not bad this morning, 2.4 million shares, but if I look at the overall price action, it doesn't look fantastic so far this morning. So I might watch it, Carlos. Depends what else we find. We're going to find a lot of red stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of red things continue to drop here. Gap down list this morning, friends. Again, it's just a boatload. It really is a boatload full of things. I want to look at the top ones here. These guys are down 40, 28%, 19%, and 11, and another 11. So let's look at these because these are obviously they're not dropping because of this news here. They have their own thing going on, and then everything else down here is pretty much just market. I would think anything between 2 and 5, even 6%, is going to be just market related. And I expect a lot of our usual suspects to jump on that list. So let's look at the top 5. Then we'll hop around and just see what else we can find. BSLK this morning. I see what's going on here. So this stock yesterday went from 0 to about 1750, Peter. I mean, what a move. Today they're giving some back, so that makes sense why they're down 43%. It's not really that they dropped off from the face of the earth. It's that they're probably just coming back down to reality, right? So it seems like here. How tradable this thing will be, it's a 1.3 million shares float. No shares to short. This is not going to be on my list. There'll be way better things for us to look at, friends. Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, Basilisk. No, I mean, this is Bolt Holdings, but I look at the ticker, I think Basilisk. Anyways, which probably means nothing to most of you. Any fantasy fans out there? Anyway, never mind. I'm babbling. No, I
Whoa,
don't want to
whoa,
trade
whoa,
this.
whoa, whoa. Hold on a second. Let's back up. Let's not switch so fast. What is this? What is this
What is the Basilisk?
fantasy? Yeah, what is this? Some kind of
It's
show?
a mythical creature that anyways, that you like it'll kill you by looking at its eyes. Anyways,
Oh, okay,
it's a
okay. All right,
yeah.
awesome, man. I'm gonna have to Google this one or Chat GPT it.
It's
I'm concerned with what might come up though, with that
yeah.
name. But
It's
yeah, let's
uh
do it.
it's like a reptile thing. Anyways, never mind. I just read, I used to read a lot of fantasy books, and they liked basilisks.
Awesome.
Fantasy always likes reptiles, right? Whether they're dragons or basilisks or anyways, never mind. Used to read Thor Puts a Go. Actually, I haven't read a lot of fantasy recently. Although I did reread the Wheel of Time series recently, but I keep looking for a good one. If anybody knows a good fantasy series, I'd really like one. They're always so very innocent and fun. So, anyways, um, but from a trading point of view, getting back on topic here, no, does not look interesting at all. Really, I mean, it's the price action doesn't look bad this morning, but at an $8 price, it's hard to borrow, which means we can't trade it short. It's down 43%. You could only trade this the long side. Yeah, I don't think it's something I'm going to spend any time watching.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like it. Let's take a look at the next one that's on the list. It's gonna be ATNF. So ATNF this morning, down 27%. Again, another one that popped up in the last couple of days. Again, it's just coming back down here. The float on this was a little bit higher at 86 million shares float. It is hard to borrow, so unfortunately, we cannot short this thing. I don't like it, man. Another one that doesn't look great here. I'm probably gonna keep this off the list, Peter.
At ATNF, yeah, I agree with you. It's we've had this on the list for what, like I think it's been all week, hasn't it? And it's inevitably going to go up and down over the course. Let's see, what are crypto prices doing? Oh, see, here we go. Ethereum prices are down this morning, only $4,600, which is, not significantly off the high that it hit around 47.50, 47.80 yesterday. But yeah, it's just gonna vary with that price, I think, being one of these treasury stocks. I still don't like them. You know, I'm grumpy old man on these things. So
Yeah, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't like it either. So this thing is from Harry Potter. Looks like everybody's commenting in chat. There's
well, he used a basilisk tooth, yes, to kill a serpent. So
okay, okay. I never got into the Harry Potter series.
no.
Did you enjoy it? Was it good?
Um, I read uh I read them to my kids when they were really young, and my daughter, my middle child, really got into them. And But it's a funny one where, when you read books, you just read. Yeah, I used to read it, and I would do the voices, and as you could imagine, and I would do all that stuff. And
Yeah.
but it's funny, when we went to the movies the first time, I didn't realize I had confused my kids, because one of the main characters, you may know, is Hermione. And Hermione, look, I just read it and I'd never seen the name before, so I read them four books and called her Hermione, because that's how it phonetically was spelt to me. So for four books I was saying Hermione. So they get into the movie, and of course she's called Hermione. And you should have seen my
They looked
daughter,
at
my
you.
middle daughter, who's a big. She was started reading them on her own, of course, at that point, because she was maybe 9 or 10 or something. And she looked at me. She was staring daggers at me, because of course I had screwed it all up and hadn't realized until that very moment when we were in watching the first movie. So, anyways.
Looks like Yama over in chat. He's saying he did the exact same thing. So you're not alone, Peter. It is a thing. It
Okay,
is a
well,
thing.
that's good.
All right, let's take a look here. Let's look at the other top two on here that are leading the way. That are, again, just are down pretty big as far as their numbers. COHR is another one that's on deck this morning. These guys are coherent and they are down 18% right now. Again, we've seen this plenty of times on the list. Normally, I end up not trading it. We are down pretty big today, though. What's the float on this? This is 126 million. We do have shares for short. Again, it's just I don't know if they're gonna get the volume, Peter.
Yeah, I would agree that it seems, not like a strong target. The volume already doesn't look good. They have less than 800,000 shares traded. Um, I'm not sure what to say about it. Why are they even up here? Earnings? Looks like they had earnings after the close yesterday. Why did they drop, though? They had good earnings. They beat their numbers. Let's see.
Mm.
Must have been guidance, I assume. Blah blah blah. Company overview. Ah. Hmm. I don't know. They're selling their aerospace and defense business, and they held their guidance. So there you go. So there's your answer right there. So they beat their numbers in the quarter, but despite doing better, they only held their guidance, and that would imply that the next quarter or two is not going to be as good, because that'll bring them back to the break even guidance. So I'm either way, Carlos, not a target for me today.
Yeah, yeah, not something I want to take a look at. All right, so let's continue, friends. One more here is TPR, and then we'll hop around to see what else is in play this morning. TPR, it's down 12% right now. You can see it here, only 846,000 shares traded. So that's not big volume at all. But for this stock, if you look at the daily, it is, because they're only trading about 10, less than 10 million. Let's call it that, less than 10 million per day. So again, that is not a whole lot of shares. Peter, there's something happened today with Tapestry. Tapestry. I don't even know what
Tapestry.
this is. Tapestry. There you go. Um, I think you might have mentioned this before in the past. We never
We
traded.
did.
I'm not gonna look
Yeah,
at it
this is
today.
a maker of luxury goods, and it's part of its parent company is Coach. And Coach posted a guidance that was below expectations, citing that it's being hurt by tariffs. The tariffs are affecting the global flow of luxury goods, and that has affected their bottom line. So um, they of course, as you can imagine, when you make luxury goods, you tend to make them in cost-effective countries and export them all over the world. And they say these the tariffs implemented by the Trump administration have affected countries like Vietnam and the Philippines quite significantly, where they from which they export a lot of goods, and that's leading to what they call a lot of headwinds into their annual revenue and earnings targets. So.
All right, there you go. Again, normally I don't like this ticker, so we'll leave it alone. All right, Peter, this a lot on this list. I want to get to some of maybe our usual suspects and things that you like. Today, I see myself going with my usual stuff. It looks like that type of day, given the way a lot is read on here. But let's go to you. What do you like here on the gap down list that you're going to be watching today?
I noticed. I mean, just up there on the list, I noticed Lunar. Like it doesn't, it's got some good volume this morning, but oddly, you look at the you look at the price action, and it doesn't look all that good. I'm not sure where the 3 million shares were traded because it's a little spotty for something with that type of volume. But it looks like they're just have a secondary offering, which is partly why it's down enough. In addition to, of course, the market, they're raising about $300 million with some convertible notes. So that's not great news. Carlos, I think we could pick anything today. The
Yeah.
semiconductors are down. They're always good go-tos for me. Nvidia and AMD, of course, as I mentioned almost every day. Tesla really had an immediate reaction to that the economic data with the producer price index, the PPI numbers. And I think that it's going to continue to be maybe impacted a little more than average. So that's one to keep an eye on. One that we have been watching. We've got this love hate. I think we both do, Carlos, with PLTR, because while it can sometimes give moves, it can also give a lot of chop in between. So you've got to really pick your moments with PLTR. Um,
Yep.
so I think just those common ones are the top of my list. I think interestingly, Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft were all affected. It seemed like they moved less with that economic data than a lot of the others. In fact, Amazon and Microsoft have gone back green at the moment. So if you're looking for what might be faster risers than average, it seems right now those three might be good targets: Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft. So we'll see how this plays out as we get closer to the open, but they're looking the strongest of the Magnificent Seven at this moment.
Yeah, that's usually the most stable as far as volatility goes, compared to Tesla, Nvidia, and the other ones, right? So, um, yeah, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna have PLTR, like you said it best. It's a love and hate. I am gonna have that on my list today. We'll see what it does, and then Apple's daily. I was just looking at it now that you mentioned it. That looks pretty nice. That looks pretty nice. So again, I don't know how long they can continue this. They tend to do this for a little bit, and then they go back to their really flat trading, which we've been have been stuck with for quite some time. I expect Tesla on a day like today is probably going to be moving wild. I mean, they get tons of volume, so I do like. What did I do here? There we go. Wrong hockey. There we go. Tesla. So I'll add Tesla to the list. Yeah, I think just usual suspects. I'm gonna keep some space for whatever you guys might throw out at us today. So, Peter, if that's it for you, I'll start looking at what the chat is looking at this morning.
What the heck? Um, do you think Powell is sitting in his slippers and a bathrobe, you know, with his little laptop in front of him, going, I told you, we still had to worry about inflation." I don't know,
I
or
don't
maybe
know.
he's in the office already. I'm not sure.
Those guys don't
I've
sleep,
been
man. In
I've been
that
watching
position, you
all
just don't
morning.
sleep.
You are convinced that these people never sleep.
They don't. Peter, you know what? I've read so many books of like all these successful people in high position. He might not be sleeping because of the stress, not because he's filthy rich, but The stress
Uh,
is keeping this guy
I
up.
don't. I don't know. I get the impression he's not. The stress doesn't get to him all that much, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I've been watching, anyways, the analyst forecast here of what the Fed is likely to do on rates, and it's interesting to see what the view is here, because the view has moved a little bit this morning, that they're thinking still that there might be a rate cut coming in September. So I'm just watching here. What's going on here? What number am I looking at? 90 currently 96.4% believe that there's going to be a quarter point rate cut at the September 17th, by the way, is our next Fed rate announcement. So maybe we'll see if this economic data continues to worsen. I mean, we only have one data point, right? So I don't want to get overly excited, but it was significantly off the number, right? To expect the PPI number to go up by 0.2% and have zero point 0.9, that's quite significant in a difference compared to expectations. So we'll have to see what happens. But you know what? This market has been so resilient. Of course, the Fed is not really looking at the markets, right? They're looking more at gross economic activity across the country. Their job is to manage inflation and hopefully keep inflationary pressures at bay for the economy. That's what their stated objective is, and they really only have one tool at their disposal, and that's this interest rate. So um, we're just gonna have to see what happens. There's still a lot of things that can happen between now and September. So um, it's fascinating times. it's I just hope that there's good trading today, because yesterday, I have to admit, Carlos, yesterday not a good trading day for me. I really didn't find any trading opportunities. In fact, I
Yeah.
finished the day with only that one baby tiny trade I had right at the open that we took live together, and or that I took anyways while we were together on Nvidia, and I didn't find anything else. So I'm looking for a better day today, up or down, I don't care. I just want to see some good price action that I can trade. So
Yeah, 100%. All right, friends, let's get to you guys and see what's going on there. I was reading some articles, man. Yesterday, came through my email, and this one caught my attention. There's a bunch you get through certain sites, and this one caught my attention, man. Carvana. I was looking at this. I'm like, what? Shares climbed more than 10,000% for the first record since 2021, and it's just wild that this thing was at 328, came down to $4. $4. I'm surprised they didn't go bankrupt, and they're just right back up here. 326.
yes,
That is wild in such a short period, right? So now that's a story, almost from bankrupt to to coming back. So it was very, very interesting. Not every day you see
they
that.
hit a low of $3.55.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. December, when was this? December 7th, 2022. So between
Yeah.
December 7th, 2022, they went from $3.55 to $355. So
Just
that's
insane.
that's pretty
That
amazing.
is
One
insane.
day, one day they were actually up over $400. Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
look, they've had certainly an interesting roller coaster run, haven't they? So, and we were talking
Yeah.
about these guys at the beginning of this year about which companies to watch. And I told you. I hope some of you guys put some money in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Um, Definitely, definitely nice. All right, friends, let's take a look. I'm going over to both chats. Let's take a look at our YouTube chat, and we'll look at our YouTube members tab, and let's see what you guys like this morning. So give us some numbers here, some tickers. I mean, BMNR. Let's take a look. This is one that again I won't have on my list, but it's fun to see what it's doing. Is it up like $50 here? BMNR. Let's take a look. What do we have going on here? So a lot of movement. It has 5.5 million shares traded. It's down 6.6 right now. It did pop up a little bit after the huge massive drop, and it's doing it in I guess, a little bit more reasonable, Peter, I want to say, compared to what it did just a couple of weeks ago. So it's still very, very crazy price action. I think we looked at it either yesterday or the day before. Still got to
Yep.
be so careful with it. It moves erratic. The price action looks good today. Here we're gapping down again. It's just won't be on my list, but just be extremely cautious if you are going to watch this. All right, let's take a look here. What screen am I sharing? This is Dash Trader Pro. This is Dash Trader Pro. It's what we use for trading. So that's what you're seeing here. Is that what you're asking, Fast, right? So yeah, Dash. All right, let's see what else, friends, you guys like this morning. BLSH. We just looked at that, right? BLSH is a ticker that
Right?
Peter.
Oh yeah,
Did we look at
that
it?
was yesterday. This is an IPO yesterday. This is
Mm-hmm.
why Bullish, a company called
Yeah.
Bullish, and it had an interesting IPO for about 3 minutes, and then it halted and dropped. So the first 3 minutes of this, it was looking like it was going to be another one of these great IPOs because it IPO'd at $90. As you can see, it went up to about 116, 117, something like that, before it dropped and, of course, closed well below the IPO price. So is it going to be in play today? I mean, it's impossible to tell, right? Because we only have 1 day worth of trading on it. Now, it was a decent day with over 58 million shares traded, so it could very well be in play. Look, we already have three and a half, almost 3.4 million shares, so it might be in play. We just don't have any data. It's tough to tell.
Yeah. So again, we'll leave this alone for now. We'll be looking for something else. Great name too, Bullish. Let's see
Yeah,
they let's
bullish.
see if they could stick to that. If they could deliver anything near that. All right, let's see, friends. PLTR we do have on deck. So yes, we do have PLTR this morning. Right now, again, down 1.1 after the release of the data and 1.3 million shares traded. I do like the daily on here on PLTR. So if you're looking at oh, that's interesting. Is there a delay? I want to see something, guys. Oh no, it's me. It's not you. Okay, we're good. POTR here, friends. Again, looks good. I'm gonna have it on the list. I do like the daily I was mentioning here. Looks pretty nice. Michael
Yeah.
VSTM. VSTM. Oh, no value. No. What is this? Veristem. Veristem. I'm gonna have to look this up. What is this? I don't know what this is.
I
Some
love
kind of,
I love
some kind of.
corporate doublespeak.
Yeah.
Uh, Veristem. Yeah, I've never heard of this. Looks like they announced results yesterday from a study.
Mm-hmm.
Results from their Gen Fleet Therapeutic study in China. Their so-called GFH 375. Anyways, I don't know. It's a positive
Yeah.
response rate for lung cancer.
Mm. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. But I don't
It-
like the stock, my
Yep.
friend.
We should just
Yeah.
go
Go ahead.
back to Bullish for a second because Bullish
Okay.
is a global digital asset company for anybody looking to trade. This is the one that IPO'd yesterday. I couldn't help it. I was reading their company description. So what do
What
they
is their
do?
ticker again? I forgot their ticker. BU.
BLSH.
USH. There you go.
BLSH.
Yep.
Yeah, just get the vowels out there. Yeah. So, anyways, so a global digital asset platform. So, what does that mean? Crypto, right? They're a crypto company. They're based out of the Cayman Islands. But this is just a. Has anybody live in a corporate world? Anybody play bullshit bingo? Do you ever go to meetings and you literally get a bingo card and you got to cross off? Anyways, I used to do that when we were bored at meetings. We would play so-called bullshit bingo. Yeah, Sam, you've done that? All right. So, um, the oh wait, I got to find the sentence here. All right. So, Bullish was founded in 2020 with the vision to build an institutional-grade global exchange enabling optimized execution powered by a customizable compliance-first infrastructure. You just filled out half the card on that one sentence. That is one of the most lovely lines of bullshit I've read in a while because I just said a lot of words that sounded good that meant absolutely nothing. Anyways, uh, all right. I like this company already. I want to trade them. I want to trade them short, of course, because just because they're called bullish, I feel like they're daring me to short them. I mean, and they're actually shortable, which is odd on the second day after an IPO. Normally, it takes a few days, but anyways,
Yeah. Pretty interesting
yeah.
that they can short so fast. Um. All right. Let's take a let's do two. We could do maybe two or three more. What else you guys have here? Let's take a look. Coin is dropping. Well, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, coin dropping here as well. And again, volume 560. I don't see anything that's overly explosive on this one. I'd rather look at our usual suspects, right? So I'm leaving space here. I got POTR and Tesla, but if I don't find anything else that's going to look awesome, then again, I just follow Nvidia, which looks exactly like the SPY. If you look at coin, the charts look identical for the most part. So I'd rather just look at a coin in that case.
One that a number of members have been watching is Hood, Robin Hood, over the last little while. Yesterday had a big drop off the open. I admit I hadn't been keeping an eye on it, but people kept pointing it out, and it was usually too late to take advantage of that move. But at least for me, but
Yep.
it's been in play.
Yeah. Yeah. Hood was had a insane. If not
What else?
Hood.
I had a couple of earnings that probably not that interesting, but John Deere and Company, DE is the ticker symbol. Um, I liked watching them because they can often sort of tell you what the economy is doing, right? Because if you're not selling farm equipment, you could sort of generally see that, farm futures and stuff in that area might be down. But they actually had a good quarter. They beat on revenue by about $2 billion and delivered greater earnings than expected. So DE, Deere and Company, had a good earnings. However, they are gapping down, but that's largely with the market this morning. And the other one that I was looking at just to see how well they were doing was Advanced Auto Parts, AAP. Another one that doesn't trade a lot of volume, but they just barely beat earnings, but did really good on the bottom line, delivering an extra 10 cents compared to analyst expectations. So Advanced Auto Parts had a good quarter. So those are both like good signs for the economy, which are sort of, I mean, I don't know if that sort of contradicts the PPI. It doesn't really, because I mean the cost of their parts and products could have been higher, but they're still selling them. So I guess that's a good thing. But
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
market still seems strong.
Yeah, markets does. Right, one more here from Old Testament. You're giving us PSKY. Let's see, PSKY. Never seen this before. What is this? Oh, Paramount. It's Paramount Skydance. Oh, but I don't think this is not the Paramount I was thinking
Esky?
about.
No,
Um,
they've changed. Oh yeah. Oh, that's because they merged, right? The Skydance merger thing. I didn't realize they changed tickers.
I didn't know that either. I just found out. Okay.
This is new.
Yeah.
I wonder when did they start with
Only
this
got
one?
like 4 days looks like here. So five
Yeah, it
days.
looks like this is like only their second week of trading here. They had a full, well, yeah, mid last week. They weren't on my list. Anyways, interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Uh, I
it
don't know
doesn't
how
look good.
well. Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
well this is going to trade. I had a big day yesterday, so I see what you're looking at here. I had a nice big day yesterday. Did
Oof,
trade very well. Not
there's a
sure if that
volume.
is going to translate into another trading day today. Right now it's low volume. This is a wait and see, man. Just put it on if you have the space, put it on your secondary there, and see how it does today. I won't have it on my list, but I'm curious to see how it moves though.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a secondary.
That's
I
some
don't think it's
decent volume
great.
yesterday.
It did.
133 million
Yeah.
shares. That's
Yeah.
not bad. Well,
No, not bad
interesting.
at all.
Okay.
So
Thank you for pointing that one out.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
pesky. Yeah.
pesky. So we'll put it on our secondary list and see how it goes there. All right, friends. That's it.
Oh,
What else? What else?
CRCL. Yeah, that's
Oh,
another one that
CRCL.
but I didn't like it yet. I was keeping an eye on it yesterday because I was desperately looking for something to trade and hated the price action, frankly. I really did not like it. So
It's really bad. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't like it. All right, I think I'm gonna go with my usual suspects. So I'm gonna come in here. I'm just gonna be adding some of my tickers that I do like to look at. So I like POTR. I have POTR. I have Tesla. I am gonna add, of course. How can we not add AMD? Has been so great to us. Even yesterday, again, continues to trade well. So AMD will be on deck this morning. There it is, AMD. And again, following the overall market right now, everything looks just like the SPY. But you got the initial drop, a little bit of the bounce or pullback, and then another somewhat of a drop again. So we'll see what the SPY does at the market open. It will be interesting, but I'm just going to be waiting to see where that action is going to be. I'll wait for our moderators to see what they're watching, maybe get some ideas off of that, and we'll go from there. Peter, let's get to our webinars. In our webinars, friends, you can go to bearable.traders.com. If you click on webinars, you can get what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today, Peter's going to let you know what's happening today.
Well, it's Thursday. So yesterday we had a great webinar with Wesley, and Lenny was there. He sort of interviewed Lenny and gave us some insight as to how he progressed in his trading journey. That's for our psychology series. Today, today we don't do the evening webinar in the same fashion. What we do is we do mentorship. And our mentorship happens during the day. Speaking of Lenny, he's going to be on at 11 o'clock talking about trend trading. That's in the webinar room for all of our elite members, followed by Jared, who will be talking options. So, which is always a good opportunity. So 11 and 12 for those two. And then this evening, I didn't mean to imply that we don't have an evening webinar. We absolutely do. It's Thursday, mentorship. It's always popular and it's always an awesome time. So hopefully you'll join Thor once again in the webinar room for that. So those are our 3 sessions today, 11, 12, and 8. If you want to become a member of Bearable Traders, you just have to go to the website, bearabletraders.com. And you've got the membership options. Just scroll down there at the bottom of the page and you can find them there. The other thing that you could do is go to peakcapitaltrading.com. At the top of this show, you would have seen the ad that sort of promoted what we're doing with that boot camp. The next boot camp starts at the beginning of September, right after Labor Day. It's a pretty intensive 3-month program that'll really help you sort of accelerate your trading journey no matter where you are in your journey. That being said, I wouldn't recommend it for brand new traders. It's really good if you've got at least a couple of months of trading under your belt. It's very intensive. I mean, you can take it at any point. You need to have time to focus on this because it is a pretty intensive course with a ton of material. And if you want to get the most out of it, you've got to be able to focus on it and put some attention into it. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of webinars. You've got your live trading that you're going to need to do. You've got to gather the experience to understand where you need to focus your efforts. It's really a great program, but I always recommend that people make sure that you've got time in your life. And if you don't right now, don't worry about it. There'll be more, right? You can do it a little bit later, but if you do, then consider it. In fact, it comes with a funded trading account, so you could even make money, as a number of our members do. They end up paying for that and make money on top of it because of the funded account and the ability to get a payout against your positive earnings. So pcapitaltrading.com, check that out. And as Carlos is showing you, by the way, if you just want to be part of the chat room and attend all of our webinars and our psychology events, you can do that. Looks like we have a summer sale going on. So there you go. You can get advantage of a discount off the Elite annual price right there using the code SUMMER50. Jay Urban asking a question. Do you need to convert your DAS trader and all of your tools for the bootcamp? Depends what you mean convert. If you want to participate in the funded account, then you're going to need to use the account that we provide to you, which is a very specific DAS, account that we'll give you. You don't have to use that though. You could people sometimes have their own platforms and they want to trade out of their existing accounts. You can absolutely do that. But if you do that, then obviously you won't actively participate in the funded account because we have to be able to audit and provide oversight to the account performance to make sure it's valid and legitimate. But if you've got more questions, you can email me, Peter at pcapitaltrading.com. I'd be happy to answer. All right. Okay.
All right,
with that, let's Carlos, we're actually doing pretty good on time. We can set some levels and maybe hand over early to our live traders and get them rolling here today.
Yeah. Today's a tough day for the watch list. That's why we're so ahead because there's not a lot that sticks out when the whole entire thing is in the one side. So it was quick to get through this list. Let's take a look at some of the levels here, and we'll set our charts ready for the market open. PLTR on my list, friends. Let's get the daily. There it is. On my list this morning, again, towards the top, plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, creating a little bit of resistance, and I believe that is your all-time highs. I got to check. I know I almost say everything is all-time highs, but for the most part, a lot of stuff that we trade is. Man, look at this monthly. Another great stock that's just taken off here. So very, very nice. So there it is, all-time highs as well. So we'll focus towards some levels towards the bottom, which is the low of the pre-market. It's going to be down at 181.67. We just tested that a few minutes ago. We're bouncing from that now. And then here we do have an area around 180.35, we'll call it. And then over here, 178.29. So that's perfect. High of the pre-market above the previous day close. We'll mark it here as well, 180.85.50 there. So that is PLTR. We'll see how it plays out. Again, kind of love and hate relationship with PLTR, but they can't trade very well. When they deliver, they can be very nice. Tesla, again, everything looks like this, guys, right? The initial drop, a bit of a pullback, and then another drop again, given the data that has come out. So Tesla is no different. Low of the pre-market, 334.30. The high is slightly above the VWAP, over at 341.47. Towards the top, plenty of highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. So you're looking pretty nice there. So towards the bottom, below this level of support that we have here, right? Below this, let's take a look. We do have the next area is right around here, 330.80. We'll mark that there. If we get lower, we can always set some levels a little bit later. Our good buddy AMD, man, this thing has been awesome. Has been so good. I should have just traded this yesterday. I traded Tesla. We ended up with a very small green, two green trades, 1 red trade. If I would have just traded AMD, it would have been an awesome day. So just stick to AMD, I guess. But let's see what happens today. Towards the bottom, we have 178.04. So good stuff there. And you do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, creating a great support and resistance there for you. You don't need to add anything else. And towards the top, before we get to our previous day close, I do have a level 182.65 right over here, and then above that, highs and lows, well, previous day close and the highs from yesterday on AMD. And again, if you look at the 5-minute, same situation, nothing new to see on many of these tickers. So that's it, just 3 for now. And I'm just gonna kind of finalize this list as we get closer to the market open and see where some of the action might be kind of splitting hairs differently than what the overall market is doing. So all right, friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. Peter, take us through what our team is watching, and we'll come back and flip things over to the YouTube.
Yes, indeed. Our team is still getting their list in, but those that have it, I can let you know about. Lenny, short list today, just watching AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. So uncharacteristic, maybe shows that the whole market is sort of moving together. So I think, that's probably smart. Keep it tight. Thor's going to be watching AMD, Tesla, and of course the futures contracts. Eamon just watching NVIDIA. I've got my usual suspects in AMD, Tesla, and NVIDIA. I'll also be watching PLTR, Apple, and Hood. Jared is going to be watching PLTR, BMNR, AMD, and NVIDIA. Mike's just keeping an eye on the scanners, as he usually does. And I've got a couple of IPOs to let you know about. Actually, a couple of them look interesting today. We'll see if anything comes out of them. Tough to tell right now, but I've got a few that we'll see if and when they open. I don't see some of our big traders here. Brian, yes, that's his name, and Andrew. I lost my mind there for a second. I don't, they don't, they don't have their lists in yet. I'm sure they're coming. We maybe caught them by surprise because we're sort of ready early. They are
Yeah,
not.
yep.
Yeah.
And we
But
usually we should be done by 9:15, but man, there's been so much to talk about, so much to look
well,
for.
earnings season always delays us because it
Yeah,
just so many
so
things. So
much. Yeah, we can't
this
cover
feels
everything.
like our first sort of post earnings, and yes, the economic data, but it caused everything to move together, right? So it doesn't, yeah,
Yeah,
it's all good. It's
all
all
good, all
good.
good.
So I'm going to get ready here. I think
Same
that
here. Yep.
again, Tesla looks good. I like the way Tesla's moving so far this morning. We'll see what it does when the market opens. Nvidia, of course, also always good at the open for a move. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. This market took that big dump. For those of you that might just be joining, it's the PPI data, the producer price index data that came out significantly higher than anticipated this morning. 0.2% was the forecast, both on the core and non-core numbers, and it came out at 0.9%, which drives the year-over-year number all the way up to 3.3%. So quite a significant increase in that PPI data, and as you can see, the market immediately reacted with a big drop. So interesting economic data coming out right there. And let's see what happens when the opening bell, right? That'll tell the tale. How much does the deep pocketed big money really care? Are they that concerned? Will the market continue its downward trajectory, or will they say, hey, a little bit overdone? Right? Sometimes that happens. The market could bounce back. Remember, this is only a single data point, so right at the moment it feels significant, but again, we may see when the market opens, they're like, we're not worried yet. We are still we are still at all-time highs. We cannot forget that. If I look at daily here, even with this drop at the moment, we're pretty much at the high of just 2 days ago. We are just under it, but not by much here on the SPY and the Qs. We're a little bit farther. So I mean, we're still in this sort of all-time high range that we've set over the last couple of days. So it will be interesting to see if we drop below that, right? If we get back, see, look at the SPY chart there. If we get back to where we were at in July, the July 31st number, for example, that would be a significant pull down, and then we can expect more weakness. But for now we're still riding high. So yeah, go wait and see.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends, we're good to go. We're just gonna wait for Andrew and Brian to hop in. I see Brian already in chat with his list: Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, SPY, Qs, and Trib, not Trip, but Trib with a B. What is this? For
Trib.
fun?
Yeah, what is Trib?
Oh, this is feeling a little risky. Look
Trinity Biotech.
at
A
that.
$2 stock. Wow.
High flying
Okay.
today. What's the float on this? 3? It's going.
It is 17 million shares on this, and they got FDA approval for their preeclampsia testing service. Oh,
Right.
okay.
There you go, friends.
This is a laboratory permit facilitates the launch of a biomarker test for hypertensive disorders of pregnancy. Okay. He must have pulled this off of yeah, this is one of the big gainers for today. I'm not going
Yeah.
anywhere near
Well,
this thing.
you know,
$2
I
stock?
was I was hearing Brian talking yesterday, and I think some of the comments, man, I think he's a in the closet low flow trader. I think he is.
Oh,
I think yeah.
he is. He's
You heard it here first. In case it does come
secretly
out.
trading these low floats.
Oh yes, I think he's very good at them. I think he is. I think he's just
Okay.
Brian's too modest. He
All
likes to
right.
keep things. He doesn't tell you how successful he is. He's like, yeah, but he's very, very quiet about it. But yeah, I think he's a penny stock trader. Yeah, yeah, I think so. All right, Nadia, thank you so much for joining the Lambos and garbage trucks. I appreciate you. Welcome to the team. And oh look, people are agreeing with me in chat. Will says yes, he is. See, we're getting on to you,
Okay.
Brian.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's see here. What else? What else? That's it, friends. We're ready to go. Just we're waiting for Brian to hop on, and we'll switch over. Andrew will be trading live with you guys as well. Make sure you check out his recaps, guys. So if you're part of the Lambos and Garbage Trucks family over on YouTube, you have access to all his recaps. And he's been posting on a regular basis there. What am I looking for? I think that's it. I think we're ready to go. Again, weird day today. Weird day today. I don't like my list. I don't like the way the day's setting
No,
up.
I
No, I
like
don't
these
like
days.
it. I'm not like it. Usually I do like these type of days where everything's, all over the place. But today is just, I don't feel the warm and fuzzy about it. But again, market open can change all of that. You know?
Well, I don't mind it. I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
not mind these days.
So, all right, friends. Let's see here. There is Brian. I couldn't hear Brian. Good morning, Brian. How are you, my friend? Last day's tomorrow, man. Yes, yes, sir. So on YouTube, you can't hear Brian. Brian's asking if I'm going on vacation. Yeah, I'm up. Tomorrow's my last day, and I'm gone for 2 weeks, man. That's the family vacation, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Can't wait, man. It's gonna be a lot of
I, on
fun.
the other hand, am not.
Peter's not
So
looking forward to this time at
I'm
all.
not, because
Uh,
it means more
he's
work for
covering.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what Carlos does is not easy. Don't fool yourself. He makes it look easy, but managing these screens, shifting, showing you the right stuff, keeping track of everything. It's I just get to talk, doing all that
Uh,
stuff. That's rough, man.
after like 3 days, you're gonna see Peter doing it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
He'll crush it. Um,
Yeah.
all right, Brian, we'll let you to it. We'll let you hang out and chat, and we're gonna continue over here on YouTube, man. Have a great trading morning. All right, we're gonna mute Brian here so I don't overlap. And yeah, friends, let's do this. Let's make this happen. Amazon is nice. Yeah, you know what, Peter, you did mention Amazon. Andrew Moore, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck, my friend. Happy to have you. Um, cheers. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Amazon does look good actually. On a day like today, where it's doing, you mentioned this, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft are not really falling in line with the drops. Maybe this one needs to be on my list. Thank you, Andrew, for bringing it back up again. I agree. Yeah, this does look good. So Amazon, and then what do we think of Apple? What do you think of Apple, Peter?
Apple doesn't seem to be doing much special to me.
Okay.
It just
Yep.
looks average, average, which is as much of an insult as anything, I guess. Who wants to be average?
Average is no good
So I
anymore,
don't like
right?
it. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
likely to trade Apple. Apple is, I find, a tough trade off the open. It's only later
It
in the
is.
day that I find that maybe I can get reversal trades on it. I don't usually like it. That being said,
Yeah.
it's been making a couple of good moves off the open, but it's interspersed by very choppy days. So it feels like a high risk trade to me. High risk open
Yeah. Yeah.
trade.
Um. Apple. Yeah. Apple. Yeah. Maybe a secondary. I mean, I just got the space, right? Like I have the space to watch things that I normally I would not.
Hmm.
Um. How we MKK Kano? Oh, MK. I wanna pronounce your name right here, but MK Kano, welcome, my friend. Welcome to the Lambo and Garbage Trucks family. Appreciate you. Make sure you check out the videos, guys. You get access to exclusive videos. I've been doing a couple of recaps as well. I put clips of my webinar for the VWAP strategy on there as well. It's a longer video than what we like. It's about 18 minutes, but it's really really good. And I just cut it down to the parts that are the most important. If you're part of the Bear Bull Traders family on our membership, then you get access to the 45 minutes. But I gave you guys the probably the three most important slides on there. So enjoy that if you like the VWAP breakout strategy. Do we think HIMS could be hitting a buying range on the daily? HIMS? You know what? With all the action HIMS has done, like in the last month, Peter, I have not been part of it. Peter, why are you frozen? What's going on? Why are
I
you
was
looking at me like
I
that?
was adjusting my camera, and you got to be really careful when you go to adjust the camera because if you don't look right, then you look weird. So
Yeah,
that's
I just looked over as I was talking to him. I'm like, why is Peter looking so strange? Oh yeah, yeah, that's that's very weird. All right, awesome. David Harris, good morning. Maji, good morning as well. Good to see you, friend. All right, excellent. Raisa, good morning to you. So as far as him, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're coming into support, Ian. So we come into support here. A great support of the daily. If you look at it here, you can see it. We had support here for a very long time, so I would expect this to want to hold here. But who knows how long this is going to take? Are you looking for
but
like a swing trade or something?
hey,
What are you thinking? Hey, where you go?
hey, you eliminated my creepy freeze frame picture. I set that
How
up for
did
you
you?
purposely.
No, there. I was looking at it. Yeah, we're looking at it. I think I had not set
All
up
right,
this screen
we'll
with your
come back.
face yet. Yeah, yeah.
We'll come
There we
back.
go. All right. Um,
I see people talking about Wolf. Not one we
yeah.
looked at, but here it's Wolf. It's moving a little bit here.
Terra
What's with
Wolf.
this
Yeah.
Wolf?
Yep.
Why do we care about Wolf this morning? It's the news. Come here. Oh, well, I haven't looked at this in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, secures long-term ground lease at Cayuga site. Oh,
Let's see here. I'm not sure what
Lansing,
that
New
is.
York. That's near you, isn't it? Lansing?
I don't think that's near
Lansing.
me. Mm-mm.
No?
Nope, nope. I am more towards I'm like next to close to Manhattan, right? Like the city part of New York.
Yeah.
I mean, New York is huge, right? It goes all the way up to your Niagara
Oh,
Falls,
wow.
which is like
Okay.
8 hours. Yeah, yeah, New York
Oh,
is
wow. Yeah, yeah. No,
massive.
Lansing is like, didn't realize it was
This
way
is all the
over
way in the
there.
west,
That's
right? It's in the
just,
west.
yeah, it's south of Syracuse.
Yeah, yeah,
Southwest of Syracuse, in fact. It's right
that's
near
not
Ithaca.
close.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
far.
That's not close at
Too far.
all.
Yeah. Nope, nope, nope.
My bad.
I could tell by the
Yeah.
name. Well, I don't know where that is, but once I heard the name, I'm like, yeah, it's not close. Because you kind of know the areas nearby. I'm like, never heard of it. Never drove by it. Never heard of it.
Okay.
So, um, Google.
It's near Watkins Glen.
Oh, another place I never heard of. I heard of Ithaca, of course.
Watkins
Syracuse, of
Glen?
course.
It's a state park, but isn't there
Mm,
also there's a golf tournament in Watkins Glen, I
mm.
think. Anyways.
Look at that. Sap Rider. His son lives near Lansing, New York. Nice.
All right. Guys, my 1 minute, my alarm just went off.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
gonna wait and see. The market is still pushing lower, at least Nvidia is pushing lower here. And Apple's bounced back though. Look at Apple. Wow, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I should be watching Apple. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens at the Open.
yeah,
I really don't know what the vote is going to be from, again, the big money once the opening bell rings. So we're going
yeah.
to find out here in 30 seconds.
We sure will. A few seconds left here, friends. Andrew's list: Amazon, POTR, Tesla, AMD, Nvidia. He's in the office, ready to rock and roll. In the Thor's list, he's got some semis on here. I'll put it for you since you're asking. How about yesterday, man? NAB live. I know we're going about to go ring the bell now. That was awesome with Dr. V. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. That was really nice.
All right, here's
All
the
right, here we
bell,
go.
everyone. Let's see what
There
we're
it
going to get.
is. Eyes on the spy, and see what the spy wants to do. Um, let's see how we're doing this here.
Up.
There's like a little bit of delay today on my screens. It's kind of significant. I don't know why. It's been kind of throwing me off a little bit. All right, 1 minute, 2 minutes. All right, so AMD. AMD. We have POTR. Let's see here. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
Mike.
I am short here on Nvidia, taking a partial right here. Let's see
Well
what we can get.
done. Here we go, Peter. Yes.
See, look at this. I've become
Take
an
the
open
tray,
trader. Okay,
man.
I am short. I've got
Nice.
my screen. You can see I didn't have the best of entry, but I didn't want to miss it in case it sort of ran without me. So let's go. Come on, NVIDIA. Give me
Let's
a
get your screen in here.
bigger drop.
Here we go. Number
There we go. This is
61.
better. No. Oh, it's
Oh,
oh
it's
yeah.
dicey.
See,
Dicey.
yeah, came right back and stopped me out.
Oh, he has
So I'm
such a great
out.
entry. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's okay. You don't like it if it's not going to drop, then it's not going to drop. So
Can't stress enough how people don't understand how good that was because new traders will stay in there. Oh, let me see what happens. No, 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 no. You don't want to see what happens on a trade like this. You're in.
no.
You want this to happen quickly. Comes back. You're out. That's it. Sets up
Yeah,
again. Get back in. You know, you
I don't
can't play
mess
around
around
with
with the
these.
open.
No,
It's
no, no.
either going to
This will
work right away or it's not. So, yeah,
it
and
will
it was
tear you
exactly
apart.
that. Mike, look at Mike's in the YouTube. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
Rising Devil type play. So I saw the pop, the VWAP. I tried to get in right there, looking for the breakdown. It didn't break down, so you know what? I'm out. Like I said, don't mess around with it. Not taking any
Mm-mm.
risk on the trade, really.
Yeah.
So,
No, great execution, man. Got a
all
quick
right,
partial.
let's see where we go.
That is That is awesome execution. Um, PLTR doing some stuff. I do like PLTR today. Um, Tesla, Amazon. I know Andrew mentioned Amazon. Look at it. Look at it go, man. Look at it go. AMD. Nice pullback on AMD. For 1 minute possible breakout if it can get going. Tesla looking weak. Oh, Andrew's in on that. Andrew's in on AMD. Hey, that's a man. He got in right on the pullback. Right here.
Tesla's holding here though for a little too long.
Yep.
I don't like the look of that. Is it worth the short? I want to short it, but I don't know. I don't trust it. I'm not going to do it. I don't trust it.
Does look
It
good,
might
but
go short, but
follow the
it also
plan.
might not.
Yeah. You know, closest to VIA would have been nice. Can't get everything. So it's app on the prime. It's the Gator. It's on both. It's on both today. I ended up moving it up. I think it was. But we could keep it on the primary list. I actually have it on the primary list on my actual watch list, so we can just move it up there. Good morning. Good morning. All right, Andrew taking some partial off of AMD, but AMD might not be done. I'm making this move here. We'll see. What is this 182.51 level? I got a level here, 182.51. What is this? That's just the high of the pre-market or the low? The low. I don't even know what this
What is
is.
this? Oh, on Nvidia?
On
Uh,
AMD. Oh, that's a daily
oh, on
level.
AMD.
Daily level
Okay.
from this spike over here. Yeah, which is look at that. We found that level. We put it on there. It's messing around with us a little bit here on AMD. So that's what that is. All right, let's see. My friend's waiting. AMD, man. It's gonna go. It's gonna break this daily level. It's gonna do it. Amazon. You had a good call on Tesla. Look at Tesla. It's actually heading up the other way. It actually looks. I don't say strong, but it looks like everything is just kind of doing a rebound here from the drop. Remember, all these stocks were for the most part were green. Like Tesla was green, right? A lot of them were just
Right.
slightly green. They came red because of the data drop with the overall market. The market is
Look at
reacting a little bit
that.
more positive now. Qs are
And
a little bit more positive, so this is
see,
good.
very happy I didn't try and short Tesla. It
Yeah.
definitely would
Yep.
not have worked out. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I made the right call on that.
You sure did, my friend. Are we thinking long Tesla after maybe a retest of the VWAP? Peter, what are we thinking here? How are we feeling?
Um, yeah, I'm not one for longing when we're underneath the previous day close. So, I mean, it's possible, but
Mm-hmm.
not my trade.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so here it is. Tesla. AMD was the trade. AMD. Why am I looking at Tesla? I said this in the pre-market. I was like, why? I should just look at AMD. Um, AMD was the trade, friends. You guys take that trade. There's just so many stuff happening. You got the 1 minute breakout. You have a bull flag forming. I mean, so much happening here. You had a 5 minute ORB. You name it, you had it. So did you guys take it? Let's see what we got going on here. Andrew took it. I'll show you his trade in a second here. Um, Jonathan, yes. Khaled, yes. Awesome. All right.
Oh, I could.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. So many
Very
people
good.
took it.
Yep. Yeah, Andrew actually is in both of the probably the best looking trays tickers this morning. Let me bring it over and show you. Um, and if you guys want to see Andrew and Brian trade live, friends, you could do that. You head over to BillWithTrades.com. You get access to, again, premium stuff here. So here's Andrew. That's his Amazon trade, right? So it's a 5 minute ORB breakout, half day breakout. It's a lot. It's just a lot of bullish stuff happening there. So there it is, in partial on the way up. And then he also did AMD. He doesn't have it up now, but AMD as well. I think he's still in it. Also got in and moved up nicely. So just great stuff. Great stuff. As we're looking at the SPY, a lot of it's just following the SPY and the overall market. So, and again, it's just that's kind of what we're getting here. I'm not convinced Tesla actually wants to go higher.
I don't
I'm not
trust these moves
convinced.
higher. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
it's
neither.
like if you look at AMD, even Amazon, like the way the price action is forming is so much nicer and cleaner. Um,
It doesn't
yeah,
feel that aggressive, right? To
does not.
warrant a continued
Yeah.
move.
So like this is my move here. Like we're getting it. Here's the breakout. Here's the pullback candles, right? And we want to see the confirmation. I just don't trust the confirmation is going to give you that great continuation, right? So I again, I could be completely wrong, but very hesitant, like to go long on this thing. So, but here's the move. The pattern looks great, though. The pattern looks awesome. Like if you saw the webinar, this is it right here. This is your confirmation candle if it can push up.
Yeah. Anders betting on AMD going green, which it could.
I
We're
think
not
so.
saying it won't. I
I
mean,
think so.
it's close enough now that it's likely that it will.
Yeah. Nice, man. Props. I saw your comment on it on the video too, and I'll start responding back to the comments. It's just that I gotta sign up to Lambos and garbage trucks. Like YouTube will not let me go in with my own name, even though it's my video. They will not let me go in with my own name unless I'm a member. So I gotta sign up, right? So no freebies. Doesn't matter who you are. No freebies. So I'll be part of the gang very soon. Um. Oh man, POTR's got me like a deer in the headlights here because I really love the pattern, and I'm looking for a reason to tell me yes, it's gonna be a long, but it's not. It's not doing that. Yeah, no, yeah. Struggling. And AMD and Amazon were, I mean, if you could have picked the two best horses today, it was literally those two, Amazon and AMD. I think that's all Andrew traded so
Mm.
far. Um, they just look so clean, man, so clean. Ben, you had a good scalp on AMDL. What is that? AMDL. Is this AMD? Oh, it's right there.
That's
AMD
the
long.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like the
leverage.
ETF for AMD.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
There it is. Tesla. Yeah, look at that drop. Glad we didn't get in this. It didn't look like the rest, and that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jonathan. So it didn't look like the rest. Falcon, POTR long. POTR long. Oh, okay, interesting. What's the strategy? Would love to know how you see it here. I struggle going long below the VWAP, right? So, um, yeah, Andrew, you definitely nailed those two, man. Amazon and AMD, and it's funny because Amazon usually doesn't even trade that great. Like this is not typically how Amazon trades. Here's the AMD trade from earlier. We didn't get a chance to see it, but there it is. In for after the pullback, 1 minute ORB breakout. I mean, just beautiful, man. Look at this break, and you got a lot going on here. You got almost a 5 minute high of day, partial, added, and then more partials, more adds. It just keeps on. Man, look at this thing.
There you go.
Look
Andrew
at this
got
thing.
AMD green, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I got his screen up.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just,
Sorry, I missed that.
oh no, it's all good. It's awesome, man. He's about to get it filled right now. Come on, market, don't be like that, really. Market has a bad sense of humor. Also looking at it. Yeah, like you're gonna go to what did he went 189, 184.99. Feel the man. It's gonna do it. Watch. It's gonna do it here. Some pretty cool stuff Andrew's showing there. We'll talk about this a little bit later when he comes on. There's some real cool stuff he's working on. All right. Let's take a look here. What else, friends? Oh man, no trades yet. Careful with Tesla, guys. It's doing this back and forth, wrapping around the V up stuff. When it starts doing this, it's pretty hard to find a breakout, right? So just be careful.
Andrew just keeps on rocking it, doesn't he?
Yes, again, some really nice early trades there on both of them. Look at AMD. Oh, wow, that is
Oh, and he got
beautiful.
out of Nvidia. He was actually trading Nvidia, and unfortunately wasn't in for this rise. But
Yeah. Well, it probably, I'm not sure when he got in on Nvidia, but
it was a
he
little messier.
probably
Like
realized,
AMD was pretty
yeah.
clean.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see these guys straight up, yeah. Yeah, it's probably realized it's a little messier. Probably focus on the other two that were much cleaner. Mike, watch out for the 185.26 level on AMD. Sold off a few times the last couple of days. Yeah, it could be a good place to be cautious. Maybe take a partial. Just scanning, friends, and I don't see anything that I like right now. We'll get something. Oh, it's only 9:44. We'll find something, but we just
Yep.
got to be patient. So if you haven't taken a trade, right, and this is very important, guys. If you haven't taken a trade yet, don't feel like you have to force it and rush something. Be patient. Wait for the setup. Wait for the confirmation, right? Wait for that confirmation. And again, like always, quality over quantity. I mean, that can't stress that enough. Can't stress that enough, right? So let's see what happens here. Amazon continues, man. Amazon. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't try. I didn't jump in on anything,
He's
Andrew. I hesitated, man. I should have taken AMD. I was looking at it, and I went to Tesla and started. I didn't take it, but it definitely distracted me from AMD. I should have taken AMD. It was so good. It's been so good the last couple of days, guys. AMD's. I'm telling you, AMD's our new buddy.
an old buddy. It's just rediscovered. Old buddy
Andrew's the man.
rediscovered.
Andrew says I should join the chat room for only $19, so I can see his trades. Friends, so yeah, you can join Andrew for $19 for a week, and you can see his live trades right on here. So which is awesome, awesome. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. I didn't have Nvidia on my list, Joa. So I didn't have Nvidia on the list. I was not even looking at it, but I figured it would trade like the market is, right? So it kind of is doing that here. Not as clean as Amazon and AMD. They were much cleaner out of the gates, but yeah, I didn't have it on the list. SMCI is such a tough ticker to trade. I was watching the price action on this yesterday, guys. It is brutal. Like when it trades well, it can do awesome stuff, but it is a very difficult price action. Yeah, nice drop here off the VWAP, but again, I don't have a strategy for that, right? Which is very important. You got to have a strategy. Tesla losing the VWAP here, but don't see anything just yet. Just yet. We'll find something. We'll find something. Yes. Yeah, right, Gerard? Let's open an account. Speaking of donating, let's do this. Let me. I forgot to add the donation to this video. I'm going to do that now. But we'll add the donation link to this video because I don't see it on there right now.
See,
Just donate,
is that
friends.
why I can't find it sometime? You have to add it every
You
time?
have to add it manually. I'm telling you, YouTube. If this was
Oh,
something where they were making a profit out of, I wouldn't have to do this manually. So that's how I know they're sending every donation directly to the fundraiser, because they don't have a lot of development teams working on this thing. And
Right.
again, this is my own assumption. I could be completely wrong. There might be a reason why they do that, but it should be defaulted that on every video that we put up, we upload, we go live. This fundraiser should be right there, front and center. It's that important, but I have to go in here and do it manually, right? Which is don't understand. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna add it right now, and then we'll show you guys how you can donate uh, for this amazing cause that we're hosting here. Peter, anything else? You had that one tray on Nvidia.
That's it for me. You
That's
know,
it. Okay.
it's either I get my Rising Devil Fallen Angel off the open, or then I need to wait, right? Usually about an
Mm-hmm.
hour. That's now that being said, I am regretting missing this Nvidia and AMD rise. It's a good
Yeah.
moves here. So
Yeah,
it's
man. Shame.
looks like there's
All right.
opportunity.
Let's see here. Um, I have not been wrong since MP. That was the most recent worst day as far as execution and P&L. Other than that, we've been pretty decent. We had our red days, but yeah, that was pretty shocking
Yeah.
and
Again, it was
uncharacteristic
just
of
bad
me and
judgment.
Peter.
Yeah. And we're supposed to support each other. In that case, it was
The
like
safe,
bad feeding bad, right?
yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes. The funniest part, if you guys remember, was when I saw Peter was so quiet. And like, Peter, what are you doing? Are you trading MP? And he just put his head down. He's like, yeah, yeah, you caught me. He was
Yeah. Yeah.
trading MP in the dark. Oh, Tesla back above the view up again. Banner, you did mention Meta earlier, but again, I expect a lot of these to all do the same thing, right? I mean, it's just the SPY dropped them here this morning at 8:30, and it is pulling them back up with them again here. So that's awesome. So that's awesome. Tesla, yeah. You see, the thing I have, and I talk about this on the full webinar, is that I like it when we get extended and we're moving up here. We got a little extension, but this here doesn't seem to be a great setup, coming into that VWAP breakout, right? So, and the way it's been struggling here, just wrapping itself around the VWAP, I don't like my odds of it working out. It will eventually break out, one way or the other, but I just don't like the odds of it doing that. Same thing here with Hood, guys, right? We're not really coming up to the VWAP with momentum and then getting a breakout. If anything here, we could start doing this, right? Think about it. We could start doing this if we're going to be weak and head lower. So we don't know what's going to happen here. Our odds here of it working out are not great, right? They're not great. And this VWAP to me is looking more of resistance other than an actual breakout, just because look how we're not getting above it yet, right? Let's see if this candle can actually do the breakout and the pullback. Let's see if it can do that. So again, can they break out? Yes. Will they be a VWAP breakout? Absolutely. Do I like the way they look right now? No. See if I added that to the video. Peter, refresh. See if you see it now.
Uh, let's see here. Oh, I'm gonna have to refresh. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta refresh it.
Yep. Pops right up. 16 days left. We're halfway.
Whoa, we're,
We're
we're
almost
running low
halfway.
on days. Guys, we
Yeah.
need your help. I don't want to fail our
We started
first
strong.
fundraiser.
We need to continue.
Yeah, and we won't do it every month. We'll do it maybe every other month or something, right? We'll figure out a good time frame. But yeah, help us, guys. The way to find this is going to be over at the bottom of the video. You're gonna see donation for the Kids Cancer Foundation. So again, our goal is $3,000. We're sitting at $1,427. So every little bit helps. Again, don't think about, oh, I got to give this much. Think about, you get $5. That's awesome, right? As if we all do a little bit, it amounts to a lot. And that's the goal with these fundraisers, right? So um, thank you for your support. For those that have already given, thank you. Thank you as well. We appreciate you guys. All right, let's see here. Amazon, AMD, Tesla, looking to stretch the run here. Ben, my man. See, way to kick it off, Ben. Ben with the $20 donation here, my friend. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
we
Good,
appreciate that, Ben.
long time
That's
viewer.
awesome.
That's awesome, brother. Taking us up the ladder a little bit more. So Ben is great, man. Ben helps out in chat. He's answering questions, helping your new YouTube viewers. Good job, brother. We appreciate you. All right, can Tesla get the breakout? It's going. Beautiful pattern here. If it wasn't for this just back and forth that we had, it actually is looking nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Microsoft's pushing higher.
Everything is up. Everything is up. I gotta trade something before Andrew comes on. I can't. He's gonna get on me about joining the chat. Like join the chat room to watch me trade. I gotta trade something. All right, here we go, guys. Anonymous, thank you so much. $20 bomb. Appreciate you, my friend. There we go. We're getting up the ladder. I did my $20 yesterday because I had a awesome day. But man, I'll do some more as well. You guys are getting me excited. So yes, excellent, friends, excellent. So love to see that number go up. We got 16 days left. So we'll hit that goal. It'll be awesome. Joby at VWAP. Joby, are one of Peter's favorite stock. I don't like the volume, but yeah. But I this looks good for the possible VWAP breakout. But I don't like this ticker, man. The way it trades, the price action, the lack of volume. But this is what I'm looking for, Banner. This drop and the kind of the momentum, right, coming towards the VWAP. Those are usually very nice. But this is, oops, sorry, showing the wrong screen. Here he goes. Right? This is usually,
there's a bunch of these that I talk about a lot because I'm fascinated by their business more than anything.
Yeah.
Not that I like to trade the stock.
Which one? Like the aviation,
Joby.
like
Joby
yeah.
and Archer and even Lunar, right, which is Intuitive Machines.
Yeah.
Just because
it's got to be cool as heck too, working for those companies, right? Like the stuff you deal with, you're trying to.
I mean, you're solving cool engineering challenges. I mean, the downside would be I'm sure there's a lot of regulatory BS that you've got to deal with that, would not be the fun part, but that comes with any business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
More of a drop
Keith, no, I haven't taken any trades today, my friend. This is the longest I've been without taking a trade in a while. But no trades yet. The two monstrous trades, AMD and Amazon, were awesome. You got some other ones too that did pretty good. Look how bad Apple can be. Peter, you mentioned this, right? This is how bad Apple can be at times. It is just, it has these glorious days, and then for the most part, it goes back to this. This is just nasty. So, nothing to see there.
I told you.
Yeah, you did. You knew it. As Brian says.
I knew it. That's a Brian thing.
Yeah, it's a Brian.
If you guys are in the chat room, Brian's always like, I knew it.
Falcon. Let's take a look at Rocket Lab. This gave us a great short a couple of days ago. I mean, monstrous short, man. We traded the heck out of this thing. So it's pushing up here. Rocket Lab. You know what, today too is setting up for some possibly great reversals too, right? If we start seeing some of these stocks kind of pulling back towards the V up, we're gonna see some good reversals setting up a little bit later. So let's see how it goes. VLTR, VWAP breakout, did that. Actually, no, VWAP bounce. Previous day close, breakout and retest here. This be one of those days where PLTR wants to just take off. Keith, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Not recently, not often. But yeah, I have walked away from this station without a trade. Yeah, I absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly fine with it, man. I learned my lesson. Forcing things, I lose money. You know, there's no guarantee that by taking a trade you're gonna make money. But if you force things, you probably will lose money. And I'm just not in the
Yeah.
forcing game, man. And everybody's different, right? Like, everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different risk tolerance. You know, so you got to keep that in mind. Like my risk tolerance is not as high as other traders that maybe are younger, right? Like if you're 20 years old,
Mm.
I'm going all in. But no, I'm not gonna say that's bad. Bad advice. Horrible advice, Carlos. But you know what I mean. Like the risk tolerance is a little bit
Yeah.
higher than I am now. So now
Yeah.
I'm a little more careful, a little more cautious. I want more consistency. I want more quality trades. You could be at a different stage in your life where you could take a little bit more risk, and that's okay. So yeah, I've walked out of here with no trades. You know, so I
I do
have
too.
no issue, and you have
Yeah.
too. Yeah. But we haven't.
I mean,
We've taken a trade almost. You guys seen? We've been trading live for a while now. We've taken a trade almost every day. Um, so we'll find something. Still early. I'm talking like it's 12 o'clock, but it's not even 10. Peter, we have news at 10.
no, I wasn't looking for any economic data at 10. It's pretty quiet. There are some Fed speakers I didn't mention, but they're later. They're this afternoon. Let's see. Barkin is speaking at 2. That's Trump is apparently speaking at 1. I don't know. Every day it seems like they've got a. I don't know whether it always happens. Trump is supposed to be speaking at 1. It looks like. But yeah, nothing between now and then.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Mike, what are you in today, Mike? Mike is in chat. Oh, partial on AMD VWAP. Knew it that 185.26 was going to be tough. Oh, you took a short off AMD, off that level. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. How's
Mike is feeling better. Mike was
yeah,
having a rough day yesterday, man. It's
trading
feeling
or
good.
health?
No, health.
Oh man. I heard that COVID starting to come around again. People are getting COVID again. Is this a thing
Oh,
with you?
is
Are
it?
you seeing that?
No, but I mean,
Yeah,
haven't been
my
following that news. Usually my wife tells me about that when that stuff happens.
yeah, my
She's
mom
always
came over.
up
He's
on
like,
that
ah, be
news.
careful. This thing is picking up again. She was over at the house. Um,
Okay.
so I'm not sure. My screen is freezing. Yeah, something's happening. Like if you look at the price action, it's not as fluid as it normally is. It's not you guys. There's no delay, but there's definitely something funky about it. Look at it, Peter. You see that? I
Yeah,
don't know if you can
it
see.
does.
Yeah,
It's
this
not as smooth as
it's
normal.
not.
Yes.
It's always very smooth. Like right there, I moved my chart all the way close. I zoomed it in, and it's not doing it. The camera is good though. It's just the screen share. Camera is
Yeah.
awesome. See, that took a long time. All right, I gotta fix that. This is probably this computer. I gotta reset or something. Restart. I mean. All right, so yes, AMD. You guys mentioned the AMD at the VWAP. Um, oh, sorry to hear that, Eric. Man, hope you're feeling better. Let's go, my friends. Let's go. Here we are. Another donation, $5. Thank you so much, my friends. And that's what it is, man. $5. That's awesome. Every little bit helps. So
Yep.
thank you, my friend. I appreciate whoever that is. Appreciate you adding to the bucket here for our fundraiser. Again, we're doing the Kids Cancer Foundation, right? Helping kids with cancer. I mean, that's just horrible, horrible. So let's do what we can. Let's do our part here, and yeah, thank you so much. Um, AMD is gonna be my first trade. Maybe short. Maybe. I mean, this is the VR breakout here, right? So here's the breakout that we're
Yep.
getting. Here's the pullback. Yeah, I like this short, man. Let's see how the confirmation candle looks. Let's get the confirmation candle here. What is the SPY doing? I don't know about the SPY.
Yeah, see the SPY
I
and the
don't know.
Qs are still
Yeah.
higher, although they're not
Mm,
looking that
mm, mm.
strong, but they're not
Yeah.
looking weak either. So
Yeah. So we did get, I like it, guys. I do. Yeah, I'm gonna go short here. I like the way the price action just dropped like that. Like the sellers are really pushing this thing down. So I am short for the VWAP breakout. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't got you guys in the. Oh, I do got you guys in the 1 minute. Okay. My screen is freezing. You can see it there again. See that? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But I am short here on AMD, and let's see if we can get a. Oh wow. Let's go. AMD first trade of the day. Awesome. I'm gonna take a partial here. I do have a level there. We are in 60 cents, man. This stock could move. I love this. Love the way AMD trades. I mean, AMD is like top 3 now in my list. It wasn't there before, but it is now. Another partial here, guys. We're almost at $1. Let's see if we can get going.
wow,
I'm partially a little
you
bit
got a good
aggressive.
quick move on this, Carlos.
Yeah, because I know that things can change quickly. SPY's pushing up. I don't want to overstay my welcome, so I'm gonna be aggressive. I don't expect this to be a big drop down, to be honest. Just a gut feeling. But I don't expect this move to the downside to last unless the SPY helps us here, right? So, Joe, you're short AMD. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, CK. Appreciate it. Jillian, thank you for joining, man. You're a good member of ours. Been with us for some time. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, man. Awesome. Awesome. Jillian in the house. In the house. And it looks like we might be driving the Lambo today. I almost left. Actually, I almost left with no wheels, no trays. Left walking. Not in the garbage truck and not in the Lambo. I was gonna leave walking today. Take the bus. But looks like today we might catch a ride in the Lambo truck. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. See, it's struggling. I know it's gonna struggle because again, this stock is no reason to really sell off. I don't want to go see up too high. This is a very important candle. If we don't fail here, it's probably gonna shoot up. Um, come on, SPY, sell off and help AMD go lower. All right, pushing higher. SPY's not selling on fast enough. Q's trying to sell off. Give us 182. Be nice. Be nice. Yeah, so Krishna, that's another thing that I don't appreciate about YouTube. Is that I cannot send you a link to the donation, right? I would love to send you this link. I can't do that. So it's another thing that it doesn't make sense. Like, make this easy for us to donate. Like, make it easy. Like, I would love to send the link to members in our chat that are trading with Andrew, and Andrew will promote it there too, but I can't. So if I show you here, it's just very weird the way they did it, right? Or maybe I don't know how to do it, right? Let's be honest. It could be that I just don't know how to do it. You might see a little bit of a thing here. So, but here it is, right? Here's our YouTube chat. So if you're in YouTube, you're going to go down here and you're going to see this donation. If you're on a mobile app, you're going to see this signal here. And that allows you to click on that, like by next to the chat, and that allows you to donate. So thank you for asking. But yeah, this is the way they do it. So right now we're sitting at almost 1,500. We're halfway there. Halfway there, friends. Just awesome, awesome. My Hero Plus Ultra, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love the name, My Hero Plus Ultra. Sounds like a very strong something, superhero or chemical that can take care of stuff, right? So that can clean like the most strongest stains, man. My Hero Plus Ultra. Is that a company? Do you have like a company or something? But thank you, $10 donation for the Kids Cancer Foundation, friends. Thank you so much. We're getting there. Ed, Easy E, my brother. Thank you so much. $5 donation. We appreciate you, man. Thank you. Every little bit helps, get friends. All right, here's AMD. We did get to 182. I'm having fun with you guys in the donations. I should have taken a partial, but I will take one now just in case. Um, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. So another partial at 182 on here. We got the most about 80 cents on this trade. See if we can continue to drop. Oh, it's from an anime cartoon. I never got into them, but I tell you, I never got into the anime cartoons. But when I do see them, like from people that do watch them, I'm like, oh, dang, that's pretty cool. Like, but I never really got into it.
My wife texted me the other day and said, "We have to watch K-pop Demon Hunters." And I'm like, "What?
Yes,
Did I mention
you
this
do.
yesterday?"
You have. It's so good. It is so good.
Really?
Oh, the
I just
singing, the storyline, it is just awesome. Like Disney could learn from these guys. It's so good. All right, taking some few parcels here. I am still
okay.
um yeah, you got to watch it. So the way obviously I watch things with my kids, and my daughter's like, "Dad, I want to watch this movie." And I see these characters and this. I'm like, "This is not typically what you watch. What is this? I'll watch it with you." And she's like, "Yeah, I already started watching it, but it's so good. I want to watch it with you. I want you to come see it with me." So I went, we saw it, and I was like, hold on a second, pause. I'm gonna go get the pizza. Pause it. Don't play it. Wait for me. Pause it and wait for me because it was that good. It's really nice.
Really?
So yeah, we
Huh.
got into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I'll take your word for it.
Take my word for it. Again, I got a very eclectic. I think I'm using that word properly. Uh,
Eclectic, yeah.
range for different type of movies, right? Like I'm not the type of guy that every movie has to be a blockbuster movie. Like every movie does not have to be an Oscar. You can find a good, okay movie that's good, right? Not
Yeah.
everything has to be a gold, right? There could be some good stuff in the Bronx and silver, you know. I think everybody's just sometimes. Nah, I'm not saying you, Peter, but a lot of people just want to match up
I
everything
don't
to
know.
the best of the best, right? It's a lot of like that happening
Some of the
nowadays.
some of the best movies I've ever watched are the ones that are either panned by critics or,
Yeah,
little unknown movies.
yeah, yeah,
It's usually when the movie's a surprise and you don't know what to expect and it turns out to be really good. Those are the ones I love.
yeah. Here we go. Krishna, thank you so much. $20 donation to the Cancer Foundation. Matt Uber as well. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. So, let's move this over here. Oh, here we go. Move this over here. I want to show you guys we are 1,537. So awesome, friends. Thank you so much for the donations. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness. All right, so I am in a short AMD, waiting for a further breakdown. It's again, I think this might be done. What is the SPY doing? SPY's pretty much flat. Oh, no,
Wow.
don't do
We're
that.
getting into a choppy range. Apple went
Yeah,
red and it's moving lower.
then taking enough partials on AMD. Good call out. Who called this? You guys called it in the chat. Thank you so much. You called out the AMD VWAP trade. I just can't call up and find the name, but thank you so much. You guys are awesome, man. Awesome, awesome. Uh, and this is the type of stuff that happens in the community. So thank you for being part of this community, guys. My stop, yes, it's at break even. So right over here, 183. So I'll get out there. I probably will get out before I even get there, to be honest. If I start seeing the price action putting in some strength, I start seeing the SPY moving up, I'll get out. I don't want to take my shares up more than what I need to, and I have no problem getting back into the trade. Like if it sets up again where it wants to go lower, we just get back in. You know, it's commissions are cheap. I sound like Andrew now because that's where I learned this from. Mr. Cheap, just get back in. You know how many times he says that? It's just engraved in your head. So that's it. OSAM, yes, mental stop. Mental stop. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to mental stop or hard stop. Just do the one that works for you, the one that works best, right? But I always tell traders if you have hard stops, and I say it's a lot, if you're trying to do mental stops, but you're hesitating to hit the button, and you're every time you get your stop, it's like a act of Congress whether you're gonna hit the button or not. Go to hard stops immediately because it takes the decision part out of it, right? Yes, friends, let's go here. 181, 80, 83. Let's see if we can
Get the drop again.
yeah, we're gonna drop. And this is all the SPY helping us now, giving us that extra momentum to the downside. So let's see if the SPY can continue to do that for us here. But part of me does not expect this to last long. I'm waiting for like a slingshot back up to the VWAP. So we got to be very careful on here. Guys, in case you missed it, Andrews did comment here, guys. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it in chat. Yeah, T-Man, Peter's best trades do happen after he's off, right? Because remember, he trades you trade Peter later in the afternoon. Your reversals, especially um later in the afternoon. So you partial one. Oh, that's right, Mike. You gotta send me a screenshot of that. Did you put it in chat? So Mike took this AMD trade from like the top. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I like this here. Look at this, friends. Look at that. They got their book. They got their stream deck. They're ready to go. Very, very nice. One of our members in the community, that is Tom H. Awesome, Tom. Aaron. Oh, people are just sharing. Oh, this is cool. People are just sharing their setup. Um, Here's another one. This is Aaron. Very, very nice. I see a lot of people are got the stream deck pretty cool. Excellent stuff. All right, AMD, another low here, guys. We're gonna take another partial on AMD. So another partial there. Let's see what else is happening in chat. Brendan, good trader of ours. Short POTR. Oh, that's a beautiful. Look at this, friends. Beautiful. That's a nice double top as well. Not quite. Yeah, nice double top. But then also look at the breakdown below the previous day close. In short, Brendan is one of our great traders in chat. One of our moderators. And what else we have here? See if I have any more trades to show you guys. Oh, here's Mike's trade. So Mike is trading. He did take AMD. Take care, Kevin. Thanks for being here, man. He did take AMD short right over here. He had this level he was calling out to us, right? See that level there? And he took that trade short. And look at that partialing. He's in with me on this one as well. Excellent trade, Mike. Just awesome, brother. Awesome. All right, good stuff. Kumar, thank you. Appreciate you. We have a great community, and it's not because of either the moderators or the people. It's you guys. You guys make it great, So it really is. Like we have a lot of really good people. Like there's people that are. I got this guy. Shows up every onboarding class, and he just helps. He's not a moderator. He's not he's not part of the team, but he just comes in and helps every single Monday, right? Answer questions. So I didn't ask him to do it. Andrew didn't ask him to do it. He just took it upon himself to do that, right? So there's a lot of people like that in this community, man, and it's just awesome to see. It motivates me to do more stuff, right? More videos, more this, more that. So it's awesome. It's awesome. So thank you, Isaiah. Yeah, it turned out I didn't expect to get this extra 181.48. That was a big drop there. Did not expect that. But yeah, it turned out to be an
Nice.
awesome trade. Awesome trade.
Yeah, nice little move. Looks like Apple, when it finally decided to go red, it
Wow. Yeah,
finally
look at
made a move, made a solid
damn.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been another good. Wasn't a VWAP play, but it was a previous day close break play. I didn't catch that either. I'm just watching. Nvidia oddly is just hanging out here.
Nvidia. Ah, Nvidia actually wants to go up. Okay, let me see AMD.
Hmm.
This move might be done. We might be done. So I'm gonna take another partial. I'm gonna take 50% off here. What I have left. I don't have much left now. So 50% off, just because this might just start to push up as the SPY and the Qs. There's no reason to be in this trade. Like after taking 50 off, there's no reason to be in here. I'm just gonna get all out, guys. There's no reason to be in it. The difference of shares, if it goes lower, even another $2 is not worth it. So we're out of it. I have a feeling that we're going to be starting seeing some bounces here, especially if the SPY and the Qs go up. Qs looking to go green as well, so we got to be careful there. Oh, Sam, love
Did
having you
you
here,
you
man.
got all out? You didn't leave
I got all
any?
out.
Not a
No, I ain't
trailer?
leaving. No, no,
Okay.
I
All
didn't.
right.
uh, after I took 50 off and I saw how much I have left, I'm like, okay, what's the point? I just took everything off. I think I have a
All
gut
right.
feeling, and this was based on gut feeling. I know we don't do it like
Okay.
that. I think this is gonna go up. I think it's gonna go up. Um,
Can't say you're wrong. The spy and the Q is both pointing north right now. So
yeah, this was a good one, Keith. So here's our stop, right? As you guys know, if you look at if you see in the webinar, I go into more details as well. Um, my stop is usually going to be slightly above the VWAP. So right in here is my stop, right? So you can kind of see here we got to 1R very quickly. Like that was awesome. We got to 1R very quickly. So we took a partial, we took another one here, and then from there we really didn't test our break even. So it turned out to be pretty good. I don't calculate it as hard, but if I do I could do the math, I guess, off the numbers. If I do the math, it's like maybe 3 Rs because of the partials. Like I'm not gonna get the 4R all the way down here because of the partials, right? So not bad, not bad. Yeah, JJ Bieber, we Peter's mentioned this before too, right? That gut feeling and how you kind of graduate from a not experienced gut feeling to an experienced gut feeling,
hmm. Yep.
and and this is one of those decisions, and I could be wrong, but it is what it is. But all the signals are showing that this thing wants to bounce back, and I had that feeling here, right? I had that feeling here. This is why I took this part. So I had that feeling here that hey, this might not last long, given how the SPY's not selling down, the Qs are not selling down. But we might be getting into good reversals back up now on AMD and some other ones. So let's be on the lookout for that.
And I think that's worth mentioning again, Carlos. So, guys,
Yeah,
I'll
go for
just
it.
quickly give you that theory on gut feeling because it's worth reiterating because we get a lot of new traders, right? And they've got a gut. I've got a gut feeling. If you've got a gut feeling and you're a new trader, your gut feeling is worth about as much as your gut feeling that you're going to win the lottery if you buy a ticket, right? It's not based on any fact. It's based on hopes and dreams, and that's where our brains fool us because in the absence of actual data, you will fill in the gap with your hopes and dreams and aspirations, right? You don't have a gut feeling. You have no idea. But you can convince yourself that you know, right? I got this feeling. But a gut feeling can be worthwhile once you've gained the experience. So, what Carlos called a gut feeling, he probably, without consciously processing it, he was looking at the levels of the SPY and Q. He's looking at the price action on the stock. He's sort of saying, look, there's signals that tell me this thing is likely to go higher. Doesn't mean he's always right, but it's more than just a guess, right? He's not really rolling the dice. He's doing an analytic assessment, but he's not consciously doing it. He's sort of seeing the things that he's looking at. He's doing that processing, and he's able to make a decision without having to sort of explicitly bring it to the forefront of his mind. And I always want to remind people of that because when you hear an experienced trader say a gut feeling, it's very different than an inexperienced trader. And that goes for any discipline, right? Think of anything that you've done where, when people are new, they're like, I got this feeling. Well, is it really? Or are you just hoping? I mean, you roll the dice at craps, you got a gut feeling. No, you don't. Right? The dice, if they're not loaded, can land anyway. So, or roulette, or anyways. So keep that on. Think about that, right? Have you
And,
earned a gut feeling? If you ever find yourself saying, I got a gut feeling on this, right? Have you actually processed any data, or are you just hoping? And if you find it's
and
the latter, then you're
and
probably
Peter,
better to avoid the trade.
and after all that great talk, my gut feeling is wrong.
No, yeah, but as I said,
No,
but
but
you were
this is
look,
all yeah, spy related. You
but I
can't,
would I would
yeah,
agree with the gut feeling
yeah,
that you had, right? Like the SPY was moving up at the time, the Qs actually went green, right? The price action in AMD, they started to load the ask, but it doesn't mean that it's going to last longer than the next couple of candles, right? Like you're not Nostradamus, you can't really see the
yeah,
future, but
yeah.
at
No,
the
no.
moment at which you exited, the stock did continue to go higher, right? So like even an experienced trader, you've got to sort of, balance that gut feeling with how likely am I to be right over the long term, and you don't know. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so.
yeah,
But Carlos, maybe to the point you're making, you always have to be suspicious of something that you call a gut feeling. So
yeah. No, absolutely. And like I always tell our traders, even in boot camp, when we start. By the way, if you want to interest in boot camp, you can join us. Go to pcapitaltrading.com and get all the information there. Is you can't worry too much about what happens after you make your decision. Like you can't worry about every single thing that can possibly happen. You're making a decision with the stuff that's from here to the left, right? What you have at hand, right? You can't worry about, oh, what if this can happen, what that can happen. You can't tell the future, right? So you make the decision with the best information you have at hand, and that's all you could do, right? So and then if it
hey,
doesn't go your way like it did here, like this, okay, we got out, but the SPY, I don't know what's going on. It's dropping here out of nowhere.
yeah, we
You
did an
can't
about
let
face
this
there. Turned around.
cannot let this affect your next trade, your next decision making, right? Like, oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Last time I did this, I'm gonna stay in it because it's gonna work. No, 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 no. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Yep. We're over the halfway point now on the charity, so thank you so much, guys. Halfway to our goal, so greatly appreciate
Yeah.
everybody
Do we
who's
get?
donated.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
looking
you for
great.
everyone that donated, man. You guys are pushing us forward on the line here. So thank you so much. James. Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to my break. Yeah, James says I definitely need a break. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and more because of the kids, right? And hang out with the kids because I got time. I mean, me and my wife is working, so when she gets out, we do whatever we
Yeah,
have to do. But it's for the kids, right? Get the kids out, and it's awesome. It's awesome, man.
and Carlos, absolutely enjoy the time with the kids. Before you know it, they're going to be adulting like mine are. Carlos
Oh, it's
posted
crazy.
a little video the other day of his daughter. Absolutely adorable. She was making my heart melt. She was just, what was she
Which
asking
one?
you? She was looking at the phone and asking you, like, about what trading was?
The one what trading it was. No, she was asking me if this is my boss.
Oh, yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
right.
I think I have it here. We could play it. I think I have it here. It's
Oh my God.
hilarious.
What a cutie.
Um,
Just,
because usually I'll tell them, hey guys, I'm going to the office. I got a call with Andrew, and like, who's Andrew? He's like, is that your boss? Like, yeah, it's my boss. And it's like, okay. So then she saw, she sees his face
right.
on his YouTube, and well, I'll show you. You got to see it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Let me bring it up here. T man, I don't try on vacation anymore. I used to. Like if we don't have anything planned for the morning, okay, I'll trade. But if we have something planned, like 10:30, no, because then I get stuck, and then my wife is rushing me, and then the kids, I want to have breakfast with them, so I don't do it anymore on vacation. Um, unless we're stuck inside because it's raining or something of that nature. Other than that, when I first started, oh yeah,
It's
every
funny
day on
when
vacation I would trade.
kids will catch on to things that you don't expect them to, Carlos, and they'll,
They
of
do,
course, they
man.
always seem to remember the
Yeah.
stuff you don't want them to remember.
Yes.
I've
Yes. Yes.
like I've had this situation where like you're on a conference call, you're working from home, and the kid runs in and they just hear a voice and they're like, "Is that the one you don't like, Daddy?" And you're like,
Yo,
"Mute, mute,
what are you
hit mute."
what are you talking about? You gotta be careful. All right, so
Because they
here it is.
overheard me talking to my wife and complaining about something, you know? And you're like, "Oh man, there she is."
Let me play it again. Hold on. The volume's a
Yeah.
little low. This was yesterday? I don't remember when it was. He's doing a
It
recap.
was 2 days ago. It was this
Recap for
week.
trading. Yeah, hold on, let me start from the beginning.
Uh,
All right, here it is.
I just
Is this your boss right here?
Yeah. He's doing a let me see.
He's doing a meeting.
He's doing a recap.
Oh,
A recap for trading. You know what trading is?
yeah?
What is it?
It's when you switch something with someone.
Ah, very close, Adrian. My son responded in the back end. When you switch something with someone, that's good. That's good.
yeah. It's
Yeah, so funny.
Carlos. I miss
Yeah,
those
it grow
days.
fast. I was looking at my son yesterday. I was putting him to bed, and his feet are like sticking out the cover. I'm like, man, he's getting long. He's getting long. It goes so fast. So enjoy every minute of it.
It absolutely does. So,
Yeah.
because like let's see, can I even yeah, see, because because here we'll show you this. I feel like we're doing like picture show and tell now, but uh let's see. I gotta get both pictures here. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. So see, here's the thing. This is like here's my kids. This is what my kids look like roughly now. This picture's a couple years old, but still, that's my kids now, right? They're like
Yeah.
adult
Yeah.
people. But in my head,
You
this is
see
how I remember
them?
them, right?
Yes, of course.
This
Ah,
is who
beautiful.
I've
Yeah.
I have in my head. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that and they'll never. That's who they're just going to be forever for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know,
It's it's it's
it's
it's it's
life
awesome.
goes
It's
fast,
awesome.
man. Enjoy.
Wow, AMD really really dropping here, huh? Really dropping. Nice. Mike, did you stay in it? Mike has such a good entry. There's no point in him to getting out. His entry is all the way up there, so Mike should still be in this short. So Nadia, yes. So the way to donate. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. If you head over to, let me get this out of the way. If you head over to if you're on a computer, you head over to our channel. Towards the bottom of the chat, usually the bottom of the chat, you're going to see this donate button here, right? So if you are in a browser, just head towards the bottom of the chat and hit that button there. Friends, we're sitting at 305 likes. Let's get over to 400. That is our goal. So help us get there. Really appreciate it. So it's right on there. If you're on the phone, you're gonna see this icon right next to the chat. It's like this. You're gonna see it just like that. You click on that bad boy, you're able to donate. So thank you so much for asking. I know YouTube doesn't make it the donation thing so easy there, but look at that, 1,537, 16 days to go. We're well past the not well, but we're past the half point line. I think we're on good track. On good track, thanks to you guys. Also, giveaways, guys. If a lot of you guys have emailed me for your giveaways of your audiobook, thank you so much. So just make sure help us out with a review. We really appreciate it. Andrew reads every single one. We're gonna do it today again. No hashtags yet. Wait for Andrew, but we're gonna do it today again. Look forward to giving some more stuff away today. I was dying. I was not on the mic at that time when Andrew said, "Guys, not in the Bear with Traders chat. Like, what are you doing?" Come on. That was hilarious. So yeah, so stick around for that, and then Brian up next. I'm sorry, Andrew and Brian up next in the next couple of minutes, and then we have Thor later at 11. So it's gonna be good. Uh, there is the man. I see him logging in. Let's go ahead. I'll turn on the chat. Oh, my screen is already sharing. All right, pretty good.
Good morning,
Yeah.
everybody. Good
Good
morning.
There he
morning,
is.
Andrew. How you doing, man?
Good. I had an amazing trading day. You guys, I saw Carlos, you were also trading AMD. It was really nice.
Yes, yeah.
Uh, we were
And for
thinking
like
about
the eighth day in a row, I've actually kicked off the trading morning with the first trade. I don't know what's happening, but it's great.
really
Yeah,
awesome.
I traded Nvidia short right off the open. Didn't last long, but because of course it turned around. But
You know, Carlos, we were thinking you're such a jack of all trades. So you raise money on YouTube, you answer questions, you chat, you trade. Sometimes
yeah,
you repeat. Like, man, you were born to be a pre-market.
I, I love this stuff, man. Love this stuff. So
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with him on vacation for 2 weeks?
I didn't know that he's going to
Uh,
vacation for a few weeks.
You
Who
bet.
yeah.
Who
who
approved
Mike?
this?
I had
Who approved that?
I had to
I disapprove.
I had to break the bad
Yeah.
news. I had to break the bad news
Man.
to Andrew. Carlos is
Okay.
going away. What? What?
I think BBT is falling
Can't.
apart. At least the pre-market.
No,
Um,
Peter got this. Peter got this.
Well, that's I'm not sure how
Peter's
I feel about that.
Peter's
No
got it.
faith in me. All right. Well,
all right, guys.
No,
I have some
we have
news, guys. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say no. We have complete
wait.
faith in Peter. We know he's going to
I
pull through.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna have the book map built in Trading Terminal included as part of the package. And this is just the prototype after 2 to 3, to work that we're working on. That's all the levels that you're seeing here. And the heat map, the color we're gonna be changing would be exactly like the current book map that we are having. So it's gonna be super exciting. I'm actually super excited that hopefully soon they're gonna have that one. These two are team of specialists that they're building this, Jacob and Jonas. So stay tuned for that. So all the level 2, everything that you see here on level 2, this liquidity pool is going to be visualized for you at no cost included next to your simulator. And the next phase, we can actually have the replay on level 2 as well. So for those of you who want to do back testing and looking at it, that's going to be that as well. So super excited. And again, next week, we're going to start the funded account for free for all the people who sign up this week and they were supporters. And we never increase the price for the people who are signing up now. Never, no matter what other feature tools we're adding, journaling, what about you call it, futures, level 3, ARCA, whatever it is, it's going to be grandfathered for who people are staying. I had a really good day on AMD again. So again, market cap down, but AMD is opened very strong. So as you see here, we jumped in long, added more couple of times, red to green, and then I added one more time, and then I got a stop out at the break even, and that was great. The best trade was on NVDA, which I took to NVDL. I went long for 1 minute per range breakup, I stopped out, went back up, I chickened out, but as you see, NVDL was the big trade of the day that moved like 3-4%. But again, I got chickened out here. So this was one trade that I got stopped out. And the second trade was amazing. And then Brian, I think he traded AMD with me. Did you trade anything else, Brian?
Yep. Yep. I did what Peter did. I shorted Tesla on that pop at the open, but I had to cover it fairly quickly because it started to turn around and go back up. So it looks like actually Tesla's going to go green on the day here. Just give it another few minutes. But yeah, and then I jumped in on SPX calls, did a few SPX calls, which are a little bit sketchy, but the market's definitely in the buy the dip mode. So, fairly confident that it's going to keep coming back up until it doesn't. So that was that was my day. It's pretty good. Just
It's
looking
amazing.
at
Yeah.
Tesla right now, thinking about whether I want to trade, do a quick trade here. It's too late now, actually. Damn, it's
So I have one question,
gonna
guys.
go.
Brent, one question. Yesterday, let me show you my account position here. So obviously I had a pretty good day, $19,000 profit. But here's my position that I have right now. TLT and VOO. So TLT is the long-term duration, long-term treasuries. The average is 20 years. And VOO obviously is the stock market. So a portfolio of 60-40 is very standard for long-term investors, long-term firms. They hold 60% growth and 40% bonds. Bonds are representative of income generation. The bonds don't move that much. Yesterday we had one trader that said, "Hey, I look at TLT, in the last year the return wasn't nothing." And that's the whole point of bonds. Bonds are not supposed to move so much. But what the bonds do is bonds give you income, cash income every month. Like I think TLT is doing every month. Some bonds, I think VCLT was also monthly. Some of them are quarterly that they deposit into your account. The idea here is that as you get older, close to retirement or fully retired, you don't need more growth. You want more income because you just want to live through that income. So the young people like me, they start like 70, 80% stocks and 10, 20% bonds. And as I'm getting older, I'm going to reduce my stocks and increase my bonds because I need more income and cash flow for my life. There is another direction that this too has is if for any reason there is a crisis, economic crisis like pandemic or financial crisis, the response usually is by bringing the interest rate significantly down, maybe zero or maybe negative. So to boost economic activity. When the interest rates are coming down significantly, the value of the bonds who are giving you these coupons or income goes up. So in 2009, when the stock market dropped 40% because of the financial crisis, the bonds rallied 20%. So the value of the bonds went higher. So that's kind of the opposite direction. The only way a year that kind of both of them dropped together was 2022 because the rates were significantly going up and the economy was slowing down significantly. So both of them dropped. But we usually don't see such a significant increase in the interest rate in our life. Like this was a pandemic and recovery of the pandemic was very unique. There's a lot of also mistakes by Federal Reserve by staying for zero interest rate for too long. But generally, the bonds shouldn't move too much. That's the whole point of the bonds are the value of the bonds. So you can't buy TLT and say, "Hey, why SPY is going up? TLT doesn't go up." The point is to just get the income from it.
Yes. Oh, there goes Tesla. What did I tell you? Going green on the day.
Tesla's going up. Yeah, SPY went green. Man, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
SPY's gone green, which we said was probably going to happen to buy the dip.
So Homer is asking a
Sold them.
question in the YouTube, Brian. Maybe you can answer. What do you recommend for long-term investment? I'm kind of 60-40 portfolio, S&P 500, the best 500 companies in the world, market cap weighted, your exposure to 11 sectors, everything in the universe you're exposed to. Just hold that. I have also 4
Yeah.
properties, but these are the properties that I bought before, and I'm not going to buy anymore. Probably my ex-wife will take a couple of them, so I don't plan to buy any real properties anymore because it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, like Elon Musk doesn't have anything. There's a lot of billionaires don't have anything. Who's the CEO of Telegram? He also doesn't own anything. Patel, something I never really find it. He doesn't. A lot of people just move away from having assets. And I like that. I like to be living a lifestyle that I don't have anything physically taking care of that and stuff.
Yeah.
Pavel Durov, yeah,
No, I
Pavel
mean,
Durov.
yeah. If you're just looking for investment, I mean, there's nothing like just an ETF for the SPY. You could diversify a little bit, look at some ETFs that are maybe more international based as well to get some international exposure. But yeah, I mean, for investing, it's just if you just want to buy and hold, you look at the market just over time, just keeps going lower left, upper right. If you're in it for the, and you have to be assuming that you're in it for the, you're fairly young and you're in it for the long run.
Yeah. So TLT
But
doesn't
yeah,
depreciate over time. So it's not like a
yeah,
leverage ETF. TLT might depreciate if the rates go higher and higher, which is very unlikely that the rates go higher. The question that right now in the financial market is that how fast the rates are coming lower. I don't think anyone betting on the rates go higher. The fight between President Trump and Jay Powell is lower it faster, so boost the economy. Because one way of getting rid of this the $1 trillion national debt or crazy national debt that you have, that's what 7.5 trillion, is to grow economy faster to reduce the debt to GDP ratio. Because you can't lower the rate, you can't lower the national debt fast, but you can if you grow the economy much faster by deregulation, lower energy costs, and that's what President Trump is doing. Is you can increase the GDP faster. So this very crisis level of 7.5% national debt comes down to 3%, so it becomes manageable. Um, so that's one way of doing it. There was a question about the REITs. So if you buy a SPY, S&P 500, the 11% of a SPY is REITs. And REITs are awesome because they're all professionally managed, best real estate properties in all across the world in the best possible way. So they're professionally doing it. And another thing is that someone asked about what about like this sector and that sector. Again, as if you're working for Wall Street, if you're a fund manager, you have to try to beat the market. Quarterly, you have to show to your investors that, I'm doing good. Otherwise, you get fired. But as an individual investors, you don't need to beat the market. You don't need to show quarterly result to someone, raise more money, get the approval from the investors. So that's why just staying in SPY is the best. You have, and over long term, you see that SPY always beats everybody. Even Warren Buffett beat the S&P 500, in the early days, but he's not rarely in the last 20 years beat the market that much. I think one of the amazing things about Warren Buffett that beats the market S&P 500. A lot of those amazing returns come from 70s and 80s. So the SPY is an ETF, or you can have VOO, which is a Vanguard, is exactly the same thing.
yeah. Yeah, SPY is an ETF, but you can trade SPY with other ETFs. And I mean, you can play around. I mean, if you want to look at sectors that you think are good or bad, I mean, um, there are the sector ETFs. So if you think consumer discretionary is going to be good in the next little while, you could buy like a XLY, which is a spider ETF for discretionaries. If you like energy, it's all sorts of. I mean, there's like so many ETFs.
Yeah. And again, exposure to all of them is through S&P 500. If you go, for example, go to trading terminal, in the homepage, you have the sector performance. And those sector performance are based on S&P 500 index. There are 11 sector reports. You have exposure to everything, even to the sky, even to space. If a SpaceX one day or Blue Origin publics is going to come into the S&P 500, so you own part of a SpaceX or you own part of the Blue Origin. Every sector in the universe, you have exposure to that. Even Fartcoin,
Yeah,
I don't know what's that called. Even the crypto
yeah.
stuff.
Even like I think coin is in the SPY now, so you even have exposure to you know um, bitcoins or cryptocurrency, whether you want it or
Even the
not.
MicroStrategy. Yeah, a strategy which
Yeah,
owns a lot of Bitcoin is part of S&P 500. So see, you're diversified in there. So the crypto portfolio should be lowest single digit, like 4 or 5% of your portfolio, which is already in there. You know, if you solve this issue that you don't need to play around with the sectors, so if you have a little bit of money, it's okay. Like I know Brian has a little bit of like, $10,000, $20,000 here and there just for fun, which is okay. But when you're coming to an account that is like $10 million, or your whole life family investments, has to be
Yeah.
into, even I don't think you need to have professional manager. Just put it in S&P 500, maybe 80%, 70%, and then some bonds, and then you just great. Again, not advice, but it's the best way of doing it. I think that's what I did, and I'm pretty happy with it. And every time, like last 2 years, I really beat the market in my swing trading, but I got wiped out in Liberation Day because of excessive use of leverage. So I think gold, you have again, as an S&P 500, you have exposure to gold as well.
Yeah, you do. There's some gold stocks in there. You just have to be aware that as the SPY has weighting on, there's weightings of different sectors. So I mean, energy in the SPY might only make up 5%. So there is sort of a natural weighting of the different sectors. So right now the SPY I think is like 30% tech. So that would be like XLK if you're investing primarily specifically in the tech sector.
All right. Thank you, Falcon, for your
Sure.
donation. I appreciate that. Um, So Laughing is Stuck in YouTube is asking CFDs with IBKR. I think CFDs in US is illegal, but the IBKR UK and Canada offers it. So I think it's pretty good. You can do that as well. I think now by end of this year, when they remove PDT, I think trading would be a little bit more um, interesting. Any other question, guys? Yeah, that was a good question, Falcon.
SPY just firmly went into the green, still buying the dip, still in the buy the dip mode.
I think that Samir is asking a question that for the new investors, do you wait for a pullback? No, I think you always dollar averaging. You can buy at all-time high. It's okay. Dropped, if you have more, buy more. The dollar average, there has been research on that. So we're not the first people to ask these questions. Dollar average in your portfolio constantly. Buy on the deep, buy on the top. Timing the market is really bad. When you're a long-term investor, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. So when you're looking at a 10-year or 15 years, generally people, are in the market for about 20 years until they retire. So it doesn't matter, picking up top and bottom. Let the Wall Street does that for you. Yeah, that's, I think, Warren Buffett quote that they say it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And also Warren Buffett has another thing. There are 3 L that put men in misery: liquor, ladies, and leverage. So leverage is the one that we have to be careful. Like biggest losses of my life has been leverage. I know you can't say this lady anymore, but Warren Buffett, get away with that because he's Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
All right, so for the train terminal this week, just test it, send us the bug report. So there is an option to send the bugs. We officially starting on Monday. Again, 1 week of practice, everybody, and then hopefully we have the hotkeys by then. And then very similar to our funded accounts, we reset everything, and then the next Monday we start the funded account for free for everybody. And yeah, that's how we're gonna do that. Yeah, I know. You can't say that at 3L anymore. We got to replace that. But even Warren Buffett, he's such an amazing family guy. He's always in his shareholder letters, always talk about family and family values. He was saying that he was purchasing a company, and the company, they wanted to negotiate, and the CEO of the company that they were being acquired by Berkshire Hathaway came with his family, his daughter and his wife. And he said, as soon as I saw that he's coming with his family, I accepted his number right away. It's in his, I think this year or last year letter. I don't remember which one was that. I think it was in this year letter. So he's a family man. Like the value of the family is extremely important for him. So people give him a pass on that. Yeah, Warren Buffett is in. There are four big. I think there are four. Insurance is one of the big ones. American Express is one of the biggest holdings that he had. Um, I think AIG was the biggest insurance company that he was holding. He's actually pretty concentrated on one thing. The railways are another one, and I think Coca-Cola is another big holding that he has. So, um, Jayco is that. Yeah. He's pretty big on insurance.
Yeah, there was a question about seasonality. It is kind of interesting that September is always a is a difficult month for stocks. Quite often, September you end up down on the month overall. You look at averages over the years. So Um, not really sure. I guess, we go through the summer, but usually as you get into the end of the year is when you get the better months, the November, December effect. But I don't know. People, what are people cranky? Maybe they come back from vacation and they're cranky because they have to be back at work. But it's definitely a thing. And you have to remember, you're just looking at averages. You're not looking at you're not looking at specific years because I mean, who knows what this year is going to be like? This is just the mentality of the market has just been to buy the dip. Good news, bad news doesn't matter. I mean, that inflation number that came in on this morning, the PPI number was way higher than what people had expected, which kind of shows inflation is still pretty strong at the wholesale level. So that usually translates into rising prices at the retail level. So um, we haven't seen much of that yet, and we saw CPI data earlier in the week came in pretty much as expected, although core was up a little bit. So um, yeah, so we'll see if how long this buy the dip mentality lasts.
All right,
Yeah,
so there are a
good
couple of
really came
questions.
back up.
Sorry, Kushal is asking, is a Tesla is a 920? The answer to that is I don't think it's a 920. That's a good question
Yeah,
because I think Tesla wasn't generally a very strong, day for Tesla. For you want to very strong move up for a stronger stock, and then you find the 920. Right now, Tesla seems that it's kind of chopping around near previous day close, pretty much flat. And yes, it did a rally, quick rally, but it's selling off. But when you look at the 5 minute, it wasn't really a strong established move up. You want strong established trend to the upside. This one is more like a choppy environment.
yeah. I mean, if you want a better example of 920, just look at Nvidia 2 minute from the open was nice and strong. And this was again a perfect one. What we Andrew and I like to see this setup where you get this nice strong move upwards for a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Then you get the pullback, and you can see the 20 and the VWAP pretty much aligned, which is even better because quite often stocks will bounce off the VWAP as well. So you get that sort of double support effect, and see it bounced right back off the VWAP just around 9:55 in the morning.
Yeah, it's
So
exactly.
that's a better setup for a 920. Yeah, once you get into this later part of the day here, I think the 920s are less effective. I'd still be watching Tesla if you're watching Tesla on a pullback here. I'd be more inclined to, if you were going to try along, I'd try it at the VWAP, which
Yeah.
is down around 337.30-ish area if it gets there.
Yeah, it also seems that a lot of moves right now in Tesla and stuff are very similar to SPY. So it looks like kind of a, same, normal in and
Yeah,
outs of markets.
kind of getting
So
a
yeah, no
pullback
more
now
PDT
on.
rules soon.
Is
All
it
right, so we
official?
have I think they're putting it. It hasn't passed yet. I think it's going to be either end of
Okay.
this year or early next year. And another question that was about 24 hours trading is we don't know exactly what it is, but I think the market will still have open and close because they do need this time for option settlement. I think 9:30 and 4 would be still the same, or maybe pre-market, post-market would be extended for 24 hours. Because you really need a certain open and close for options pricing, which is the fundamental of the whole financial market engineering is this options trading.
Yeah,
But we'll see. There's
yeah,
a lot of things that we don't know about. Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Certainly,
Harvey
there's a
notices.
lot
Yeah.
of them. A lot of market moves are driven by options, so it's an important part of the market. And with options, obviously, you've got you've got one of the key parts of options is the expiry date, and so you have to have some you still have to have some finish line for so you have an expiry date on the option. So
Yeah, awesome. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually a few
mm,
minutes to, yeah, a few minutes. We're gonna do five draw. You need to like the video, guys, because I see there is 700 people in there, but you're not all in the draw. So you have to like the video. The Lambo and garbage trucks are gonna be have 4 times of chance, and then we're gonna do five special book code promotion. And again, we do more and more. But you gotta like the video, guys. For those of you who are just watching, if you don't like the video, you're not gonna be in the draw. Because I saw that yesterday, there was a lot of people, but not a lot of people in the draw. So you gotta thumb it up. All right, go, Carlos.
All right, let's do it.
go
Here's the
Carlos,
first one.
go Carlos.
All right,
Nice.
FO Baba Baba. All right, good.
Congratulations. Email Carlos.
All
Nice.
right, here's number
Next
two,
one.
Sac Trade Capital. Congrats.
Zachary Capital. Congrats.
Mikey's next, number three.
Mm,
A Bruce,
two
number
mics.
4. Congratulations. And here's the last one for the audiobook, friends. It's going to be JPIN ATL. Congrats. I think you won before. The name sounds familiar. Congrats. We'll give you a different book. We have a couple. So congrats.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, we have a couple of books here.
All right. And
So, sorry, go ahead, Carlos.
no, which are we doing now?
So this one is a book. So what we're gonna do is after we launch the funded account next month, we're gonna do daily funded account. No, sorry, next week. We're gonna do daily after all the books finish because we have a lot of codes from Amazon for different audiobooks that we have. And then next week, every day, we're gonna give one free funded account. So you can actually
Nice.
do 3 months. I think that would be the best draw. And of course, we do the elite membership as well weekly. But every day we're gonna do maybe 2, 3 free funded accounts.
Nice. All right. So that we're done for today. Next week we'll start that. That's awesome. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. So I think Thor is coming. I don't know where he's in the planet.
Yeah.
He got short, got a squeeze. We squeezed Thor. Finally, one day we squeezed Thor. He's always right. So
Yeah.
do not go against me and Brian. No, it was all joke. And Gary
Uh,
and Paris are coming. Thanks, guys. All the best.
Thank you, guys. Thor, you have a good rest of your day.
Absolutely, you too, brother. Um, you know,
Cheers.
yeah, I think you have to take it as a personal compliment to your decision making and hit rate when your boss gets giddy when you lose and miss positions. I'm not really sure Like, you know, yeah, but this is the life we live, right? But no, it's actually pretty funny. But I do think Brian and Andrew actually did, in fact, squeeze me. If you think that today, my loss on the SPY today at the Open was due directly to Andrew squeezing me, give me a thumb up in the chat. Or say wave in the chat if you think it was all Andrew's fault. Everybody who wants to blame, who thinks Andrew should be blamed for me losing money, I think we should just put that in the chat right now. Hold on, my screen didn't come up, so I'm gonna redo it here and have it work here. So and then I'll show you what I did, and then I'll show you what I'm doing because I'm working hard, but the market has not been nice to me today. I know, look at all you. Shame on boss. Shame on boss. How dare you? All right, so what happened? First off, the SPY opened in a narrow range in a lower range, right? So I was actually looking for a counter trending breakdown on the SPY, and I took a short. I stopped it and got back in to reposition it. I got into it, I got stopped, and then I got in, and I actually cut this trade really early. My next stop, and it was actually much higher. I decided to cut this because I realized my boss was squeezing me, right? So I decided to get off of this one, and I limped away with about 1.5 R loss on SPY. So the call in on the platform was, we were opening under S4. Come on, load. Sorry, we're loading slowly. Too much fun. Hold on, we go away. We come back. Don't touch anything. Okay, there. We were opening under S4, right? So I had this really nice sell at S4, so it looked good, right? So I like the play. Next, I got an alert on Microsoft, and I really liked it when we came up here to R4, so I tried Microsoft. And guess what? Uh-oh. He also... Wait, where did you go? Hold on. Yoink. Look at this, people. I read it as being a neutral range because it was very tight, right? Lost a trade on Microsoft too. But I really like this trade a lot, right? So can I tell you why I like this trade so much? So look at this beautiful. We tried to sell. We kind of did this really weak offer on volume to the downside. All the big candles were all sell candles, right? And then we wicked right into R3 on a lower, wider range and made a new low. I tagged the new low, stop above. I mean, and then it sold right back to VWAP. I mean, it was a really pretty play. So unfortunately, it didn't quite hit my target, and I ended up taking a stop on it. Sad. So I find myself down now about 2.5 R on the day. And I thought I was going to be about done because I had a really great, I've already had like an amazing beginning of this month, right? So I wasn't really sure if I was going to hit anything else. And then finally, I ended up getting an eye on Qs. Qs actually got up to R3 and what I also still consider to be a fairly neutral range, right? So I went ahead and tried a short on Qs off of R3. And so far, that seems to be working pretty well. Once again, hold on, I keep losing the chat. There we go. Right, so once again, I love my entry. So if this one doesn't work, I'll be okay. But once again, we get up to R3, we throw volume right into R3 and then stuff, and then we get hung up and make that new low right there. So I hit our new low there. And I try to play back towards VWAP. But this time, because we're higher on this range, getting back to VWAP seems a lot more likely. So let's see if we can get this one. If we can hit this one, then we'll still end up couple R on the day. You know what I mean? 0 to hero, right? So, but now this is where things get difficult, right? Because I've already hit a threshold, JT, on those accounts. Tough problem to have, but I actually so I wanted to take some trades just using my equity account for a couple of days. So yeah, it's kind of funny. But anyway, so I hit some profit thresholds. So anyway, so I'm trying to throw a little money in the old IBKR. So I figured I'd take some trades on Qs instead of trading in Q today. I'd fire some trades in on the Qs, or trade Microsoft or something like like real people do. So anyway, now we're holding. So this is the real fun part, right? After taking 1, 2.5 stops, right? Now I have to like hold this thing. I'm technically green right now. Like if I cut this right now, I could just like walk away for the day. Right? And look how I'm bouncing off of yesterday's close. So we've got some issues here too. Like, I mean, VWAP's not bad. I think I can get to VWAP. The IBR range, we broke the top side of the IBR range. So I've got a little bit of a stat hit for me here, right? But I like this. The initial balance range banner. So here's what are you aware of that statistic banner? Hold on. No, don't say sorry. This is why I'm here. I am here to bring you information that will explode your brain and change the way that you will look at the market for forever. So your initial balance range, right, is your and the way that I run it is your 1 hour high and low, right? So after you open, you'll make a high and you'll make a low within that 1 hour, and that is your IBR, right? Yeah, thank you very much, Brian. So your IB, so if you break the IB one time, this is called a single break, right? If it comes up to here and then comes all the way back down and breaks this side, that would be called a double break, right? If it never broke either and stayed in the middle, right? Which do they show? Yeah, look. So this is what a double break looks like, right? It breaks up and then it breaks the bottom, right? A no break would be it doesn't break either, right? So what we're looking at on QQQ, right? What you can see here on QQQ is QQQ does single break, right? About, can we just call it 7 out of 10 times? You know what I mean? Where it does double breaks only about 2.5. So, and I like to round down. So let's call it 2 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? Where it no breaks only like, like never, right? It always breaks its IBR. I mean, you're talking about less than like 1 out of 10 times, right? So it's very low on the stat, right? So for us right now, with it breaking its single side, right, it's only going to break that downside only about 2 out of 10 times. So that's a very important, it doesn't necessarily mean it keeps going, right? But what it does mean is it doesn't break the bottom side, right? It means it's normally going to close somewhere on this side. It could keep going, but it means it's not going to come down here very often, right? So for me, this is why I want my target to be like by VWAP, right? Because if I can get to a target here, I don't want to run such a wide stop that I need to get down here for this position, right? Because if I do, that's going to really ignore this. Like I'm going to need like a 2 out of 10 day to make that work, right? So, but getting back to the mid of the range, I mean, that's definitely something we can do. So with any luck, we'll go down here and punch VWAP in the face. So Microsoft, see, look at Microsoft. Look, like Microsoft, I would not re-short Microsoft, right? Because in order to get to a target on Microsoft, I would need it to lose the IBR low. Right, where you can see here, right, our IBR high, you know, and you can see our IBR closed green. That means it was the top side, right? And then it draws a green line across the, yeah, that's the and then it has a high of day line that it draws on the green side because that's the side we're most likely to stay on. So like Apple actually, see, I want them to switch this box color. I need to send them a message. I think they should make it so that this box color changes. This is an edgeful tool that you can actually import into your trading view. And you can actually do the IB lookbacks. So I wish they would shade. Oh. Cool. Well, I don't want it to be any color then if it's going to do that. So maybe we just make it black with low opacity. Like that. That's pretty sexy. Oh, new ghost candles that I need to share. And let me check here. Let me make sure I put them on my IG. If not, let me put the new ones up for you really fast. And then we'll see if this Q trade hits for me here. So far, look at the selling. We've been really selling nicely on NQ. Man, this would fix my whole day. Man, so this is the whole thing, right? This is where it gets really hard, is being a trader, right? Like you're down, you know, you're down 2.5 hours, you know, almost 3, you know, and you're now in a trade and you need 4R. You know, I need 4Rs. This is why I target 4R, because one winning trade for me can absolve 2 to 3 losses. Right. So for me right now, but this is where a lot of traders get really difficult, is because if you cut now, then this drops and it hits your target. That last little half an hour, those over the course of 100 trades, those little half an hour here's and half an hour there's, they add up really quickly. But what you'll notice is your losing trades, right, are almost always full value. So I actually had 2 losing trades, but only one of my losing trades was full value. Right. And then if my one winning trade, or I had 3 losing trades, but only 2 of them were of full value. Right. And if I have one winning trade, that one winning trade completely fixes all of that. Right. So, but if I cut it early, then I don't actually make money though. Right. So I need to fix things and make money. So it's a tough problem to have, especially when it does what it's going to do here. Right, we've gotten near the bottom of this level over here. See this level? This is where we bought before. So they're coming back here and they're going to draw off of this level here and start squeezing. So, and just know this IBR stat, right? We're more likely to close over this side. So, it's sketchy, but I'm okay. I'm going to hang on to this one. I really like my spot here. So, and we don't need much more for me to hit my target. So, and what's the worst case that happens? I take a loss in front of all you fine people. You'll just love it. Everyone seems to like it when I lose. Can you believe that? They get so happy when I lose. It's hard to. It's so difficult. Just kidding. Let's see here. Tesla. How do I see Tesla? Let's look. Do you have a practice routine when it comes to VPA? I have read your and Anna's books, but not sure how you create a practice routine. Okay. while Apple or Tesla's book is loading, let's talk about this laughing stock. By the way, for the record, maybe my favorite stock trading handle of all time, and really upset I didn't think of it first. Like laughing stock, hilarious. I mean, like, wow, what a great freaking trade or trading name. Anyway, oh, sorry, humorous. I missed humorous first. Before I move on, so sorry. Ghost candles, we're doing it too. I am on a multitasking scenario. I'm still checking the candles. Let's see. Doink. Yeah, those are dead. Hold on. Let me replace the candles first. All right. Focus. Candles. Book map. Getting filled on QQQ trade. These are my ghost candles, Josh. I'm going to share them in just a second. I'll tell you all about them too. Because I love you. All right, hold on. I just have, so for the record, for all of you who don't know, you're learning from someone who's on the spectrum. So I do have this little Aspergery ADHD thing going on, which is a lot of fun. So just give me 2 seconds to roll through a couple of these things real quick. And then we will get you there. Let's see. All right, one. All right, so we're going to go here. Let me edit. And then edit links. Why are you not? No, I don't want to do that. Oh, you're annoying. Go back. Almost there. I'm now in my profile. I now need to go to, here's links, profile, edit profile, website bio. Why is it? Where are my links? Oh my God. This is so much easier on my phone. All right, so here, changing plans. Carlos, can you please post that link into the room, please, whenever you have 5 seconds? I have it coming. Okay, so I'm gonna have Carlos post them into the room so that you can so that you'll be able to get to them, and then I'll figure out how to get them to work on my thing later. Because so what are ghost candles? Ghost candles, which I think was beautifully represented by what CK said. My ghost candles are basically VPA and candles put together. So notice how you can see darker candle, lighter candle, lighter candle, lighter candle, lighter. See how you can see our volumes actually dropping as we're going up, right? So with using tools like this, I believe you can successfully trade without utilizing tools like Bookmap. I think things like this are good enough that if you had Andrew is coming out with a Bookmap soon through Trading Terminal, that I think will be a strong enough version of a DOM, a visual DOM, that you could use that. And it's going to be significantly less expensive. But if you don't want to use that, I think you could look at the selling volume right there on Tesla. Boom. Right? But look at Qs now as we're starting to sell. There's VWAP. Good Lord, look at that. Can I at least get some some prayer hands or some thumbs ups or some laughs or something for that wick. I mean, like what is going on with that wick? I mean, really. Can we a little prayer hands? I'm not watching. Are you watching? I'm not watching. Are you watching? There we go, people. That's how we do that. Right? VWAP, baby. 4-1 back to VWAP. Let's get some. So that's a full target hit on QQQ. And look, not for nothing, in order to go from here to that same distance, took almost, for everyone who was long, right, took almost 2.5 hours of sitting and watching this thing yoink against you. But for me, I got short. I never got retested the whole time and got a complete flush in about 3/4 of the time. Right? All day, the volume looked like it was selling. Right? So no, I don't think you have to have Bookmap, but I do think Bookmap helps a whole lot. I do think having a visual order book does really help a whole lot. Right. But yes, Matthew, I am going to, once Andrew has it up and running, Bookmap is this down here. It's a visual level 2. Once it's up and running on Trading Terminal, I am going to test it, and if it is working, I am going to use it. I will likely start teaching using it with and helping to develop it and improve it so that we can, because for me, here's the thing, like why Andrew's doing what he's doing and why it's so important is because we want you to have the tools you need and we want to be in control of them, right? Why I'm building these indicators myself with my own team, right? And then Andrew is going to be bringing them into Trading Terminal is because we want to make sure that the tools that I create for you are they're inexpensive so you can get access to them, right? And B, so that we can make sure the quality of these tools are maintained at our standards, right? So that's really what we're up to. So you can see the ghost candles in full effect here, right? Look here at the large selling volume, and then look as we buy, look how the volume drops when we buy, but it increases as we sell, right? Look as we buy, look how the volume drops, but it increases as we sell. Right, so we'll have the ghost candles. I'll have Carlos post those in. Oh, hey, thanks for joining Garbage Trucks and Lambos there, or Lambos and Garbage Trucks, one of those. Look at that sell, baby. Yeah, we did it. Gopal, I don't know all the subscription stuff, so you'll want to ask Andrew or like Carlos or somebody, maybe not Carlos. You're gonna want Andrew or somebody or email membership or something. Sometimes they run promotions where if you sign up for Peak Capital or if you sign up for Trading Terminal, sometimes you'll get stuff like that, right? But for the most part, who knows, right? So, yeah. Heck yeah, we did it, people. There's the script Carlos just posted before it. Carlos, we got our money back, Carlos. Hey, Carlos, did you short AMD? I bet AMD dropped like a rock. I remember seeing something about Carlos was shorting AMD. Carlos, did you short AMD? Yeah, earlier? Oh, man. Look at this thing now. Look at the VWAP. So now, right now, for instance, look, AMD is about to break its IB low. Right? So that's pretty hardcore. Look at that selling volume. See the ghost candles? Aren't the ghost candles beautiful? They really show you the volume. So this is like taking the concepts of anti-cooling, which I've, and taking volume and price analysis, which is something we've been doing for a long time. I have a big volume and price analysis section in my book, A Complete Day Trading System, not to be confused with Andrew's book, Trade Book, How to Build a Complete Day Trading System, right? It's just a complete day trading system. So if you want to learn how to build your own, use this one. If you want to use one that's already built, use this one, right? So just all up to you what you're into, right? So but you can see here, but look at that. Yeah. AMD, AMD, AMD. All right, what a nice one. All right. Let's see with Apple. Oh yeah, let me look at Apple's book actually, and then I'll do the QQQ breakdown while it's loading. So here's the thing on QQQ, right? So again, it's all about the volume, right? If you're looking at this chart right now, can you tell me if you look for the largest candles, where's the volume? Is it when we're going up or is it when we're going down? Let me get rid of this IB stat junk for a second so you can see it easier. Actually, I don't know if that made it easier. I think that kind of made it harder to see, actually. Hold on. I guess it's fine. Down, right? So for me, even though we're in a rally right now, this to me is a distributionary activity. Right? We're just squeezing right now. We're entrapping buyers. Right? The reason why we're entrapping buyers, right, is because as we're moving up, you can see our low side volume is lower, but otherwise when we sell harder and we sell faster with more volume. So for me, this is actually distributionary. We're buying up over orders and then selling hard down into them, and then buying over them and then selling down hard into them. And that's distributionary, right? You can make higher highs while you're distributing. You can make lower lows while you're accumulating, right? Like making higher highs doesn't mean something's strong, right? It just happened to be pushing, right? So I had a little trouble in the beginning because like on Microsoft, we had already hit where it should have stopped, but because the market kept going, Microsoft squeezed and I got hammered, right? So we came up here, and when we finally got to R3, you can see right here how things kind of start to change, right? Look here, look when we get our big volume on our sell side, right? You can see we're starting to get big volume in the higher end on the sell side, and then as we push, we get these two big candles, high volume. But look what happens, right? We push, and then we push. This isn't strong. I know this looks strong, and for a lot of people, you would read this and say, "What do you mean? That's like a bullish engulfing." No, with the amount of volume that came through on the candle, this candle should have been like this candle should have been the same size as this candle for a highlight. Right? For the amount of buy volume that came through on that candle's size should have been as big as that candle. So what I see is a whole lot of volume resulting in very little effort. Right? Very little upward movement. This is a struggling price movement. Right? They're called Thor's ghost candles. I'm gonna put the link into my the link has been shared into the room, Robert. I think they may be unpublished right now, just to let me double check and make sure I can find them. Because I had to switch some Thor's ghost. Yeah, because they may be unpublished, I think, because they we'll have to work on that. Because the problem is we had them pulled down because there was some publishing stuff issues, and I wanted to make sure it wouldn't happen again. So let me hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get this figured out real quick. 2 seconds. I'm going to make it so you can get to it easier. It's only set 11:30. There I missed some questions. Ooh, look at the keys. Use mine. They're ones by Camaria Pivot Plays by Bruz X. And then I can show you how to configure them if you want. It's very easy. They're right here, Camaria Pivot Plays. And then while we're doing that, hold on. All right, Instagram. So much easier on here, and I don't know why. It's just so weird. All right, that should have done it. So now if you go to my Instagram and go to my profile, you will see these links right here. Links for and more. If you click on them, you will see a link here for Thor's Ghost Candles. Don't worry about any of that. And if you're in TradingView, Ben. Sorry, time interval. Let me show you that, Ben. Sorry, I misunderstood what you're saying. And then we can look at Tesla. So you're gonna click there, and that'll get you to them. But right now, I think we have them set as private. So you'll have to add them to your favorites. Once you add them to your favorites, right, you should be able to log into your platform. And then if you reload your platform, you should be able, like, if you go here and then you go like this and then reload, right, you should be able to now go up into here in theory, and they'll now be in your favorites. But we'll see if that works. These are the old, yeah, these are the ones here. But these are the old ones. Anyway, I don't see them, but should work. They're there. So just go to @ThorYoungBBT and you can get them. All right. More selling hitting the cues. So look how we ghosted there. Look as we pulled back. See how our candle stayed really nice and light as we pulled back there? That's just a really easy indication that we didn't have a lot of volume on that rally. Right? So for the cams, once you load the cams, all you're going to do is use my preset, and then which just says Thor, and that does everything. Pick your colors. And then for the alert, you're going to actually go into the alert section and create the alert. You're going to just set it to your watch list, set it to Camaria Pivot Plays because they're already built in. Set it to any alert, and then for interval, use whatever one you want. I use a 1 minute, right? But because it uses candle patterning. So if you use a 5 minute, then it's going to use 5 minute candle patterning. So the more, the lower the time frame, the more likely it is to call plays because it's going to see that candle patterning faster. So, but you may not want to do that. If you want less plays, right, you can kind of lower the eagerness a bit by changing the time frame. So for instance, the reason I liked Microsoft today was because it was the only thing that really popped up and offered me like a really nice play. Like, even though it didn't work, it's why I targeted it. There haven't been a lot of calls today, so my pleasure. By the way, like, can I just say really a really special just thank you to Peak Capital. I received an email and a couple of emails, but one in particular, it was addressed actually to me with also Dr. V included and like Mike, and it was just like a really awesome email from one of the members in there just about like their experience. And now I don't have permission to share it, so I won't. But you know, I just want to say for everyone who did Peak Capital and really enjoyed that experience, you know, stuff like that is really like that's like, you know, just like really nice. And I really appreciate y'all taking the time to do that. And for anyone who wasn't who has been on the fence kind of about Peak Capital, I really I want to remind everybody that I actually live trade 3 days a week in the mornings in Peak Capital. So we'll be in there actually reading price action from the open. Right, it's the only place. Like I don't even like trade like that necessarily even in my own private mentoring group. Right, so it's going to be one of the few instances if you want to really be next to me while I'm going through my process every morning, you can do that through Peak Capital 3 times a week. So, but I just wanted to say thank you to that. I really appreciate that. It's really nice. There's a compliment in there about just like me being like really just, you know, using entertainment and, you know, and storytelling to distill complex concepts down. And I was like, yes, like that is exactly what I was hoping I was doing. So that's like, it was such a nice email. So I really appreciate that. So Hasim, so I was looking for shorts instead of a long because we weren't really in a buying range for me. Um, so for and for me, it looked like we were distributing. So it looked like we were selling, and I mean we were. I mean we were distributing. We're just doing it more. Oh yeah, look at that. So anybody, can you see on NVIDIA where the reversal candle is? Talk about ghost candles. I mean, come on. Hmm. Look at the big volume spike on the invert hammer, and then we started selling. So good. But so you can see here, when you get closer, you'll really see what it looks like. Look at that. Look at how that sticks out like a sore thumb. You can see we tried to buy here, and with all the buying volume, we left a topside wick. We then sold away, but the volume was too low, so we weren't selling yet. We then squeezed, but as we squeezed, looked how low the volume stayed. So this wasn't a rally either. It was a reoffer. And then you can see we found another topside wick, and then we bought up and closed right at that premium level. And then when we offered it, we sold like crazy right at that level. It beautifully marked premium right here. We offered, broke that low, and then the selling began, and we never reoffered. And then look at the selling candles on the way down. Look where all the red is. Boom. Boom, right? Like based upon that read right there, would you take a long right now on this or would you take a short on this right now? In the room, go. Long or short, what would you do? L or S? Give me an L if you would long right now. Give me an S if you would short right now. Go. Oh, y'all are so fun. Oh, I love the one person, two people who go contrary. I love you all. So let's pull up Amazon's book now. Let's see what we can find. So based upon what you're seeing right here, would you go long or you go? I should have run a poll. Can I do polls? I want to do polls. I wonder if I can do polls. Not poll dances. That's a different show. How do I do it? So for me, technically, my opinion would be a short, for the record. So let's see if we're right and who's wrong. So now, reasons why this could go long. Order book looking a little bullish. Come on, work with me here. But the VPA on this one looks like it's a short. So I would say short. Oh, that's an thank you. All right, so let's see. I might be wrong. You know, today's been a weird day for me. Like Andrew squeezed me today. It kind of hurt my feelings. I was gonna try and like fill out like a corporate like complaint letter and like send it in, and then I remembered in order to complain, I have to hand deliver it to Peter, but it can only be done during a winter month of snow greater than 5 to 6 feet. You know what I mean? For the record, Humberto, I'm obviously just kidding. Aha, I get what you're saying. No, he did. Um, Now we're talking about something totally different. But no, it's actually in so I can't actually complain because in order to complain, I would have to hand deliver that letter to Peter, but it can only be done during winter months when there's a certain amount of snow. You know what I mean? So I have to wait like a few more months before I complain, and then I don't like snow. So I'll probably just let it go by then. Look, NQ looks like it wants to sell more. See how we're layering in orders to the downside right here? So we're bringing in some more orders into the book a little bit. So that's interesting. But now we're just a little bullish now. But oh, there we go. There's some more orders. I think someone's front running yesterday's close, and that's what I'm hoping for. But right now, it seems like they're trying to buy this level here. If they do, then I guess maybe we do go up. But for me, I wouldn't expect it to go much higher than like maybe right here and then drop. Like for me, this is a this. So think about it this way: in the let's call it the like shoots and ladders game for me. I still think it's a short for the record. If you let's see if I can do this right. Hold on, I did this with one of my mentees. How did I do this? Okay. I think I got it. Okay, so we're gonna start whenever there's a period of mixed action. So basically it takes the same amount of time to go up as it goes down, right? So you can see right in here, that's basically that. So, you know, from here to here to here, right? And you can kind of see how we make highs and then lows, right? So anytime there's a stop where we come back against the price, you can just mark that. Now, I do this in my brain, right? Or in my head because I'm special, more than I should admit, maybe, right? So, you know, you can kind of see like the amount of time it takes to make new highs before it makes like new lows. So what you can kind of see here is that right now it's mixed because it's taking the same amount of time to go up as it goes down. Right, but on this thing, see how it takes in the same amount of time it took for it to go up, it went twice as far to the downside. Now look, when we move that same amount of time, more or less, this way, right, we stay flat, right? We didn't go back up, right? So this is selling. Right? In this moment right now, this is absolutely selling. It doesn't mean we're not going to start buying in like 10 minutes or something. Right? But this is selling. Right? So now we move sideways and then we start to move down. We pull back up and then we move down. And again, you can kind of see we move down much, much easier than than we retrace. Right? And then boom, we drop. And now to get back, it's taking 30 minutes or something like that to move all the way back up to here. So for me, this isn't generically something that would happen if this was strong. If this was strong, we would have moved back up here, and then we would have went really slowly back this direction, and then went up like that, right? So that's what I'm kind of waiting for, is I'm waiting for this to sell down and to sell down slowly, not sell down quickly, right? For me, I just feel like this is a trap. Like they're just squeezing this up, trying to grab people, right? So let's look at Apple. Now I was talking about ghost candles and showing, some stuff there. So now, interestingly enough, the longers kind of, anyone who said long in here, you were right. Right. So for me, like I personally would never have seen this as being a long. Right. So, and right now what is happening is we are just reoffering on really, really weak volume. Right. So we just don't have sellers. So it's not a short, but I never would have felt comfortable like trying to grab long on this. So, because for me, even now, the volume just looks horrible for a long. For me, this is still a short. Right. Just because it ends up, you know what I mean? I still feel like this is a short even now. Right. So now when will it be a short? Who knows? I guess not yet. But for me, I would never have felt, comfortable. Now we did get through and we got VWAP. The VWAP algorithm is pretty powerful. And that's basically, we ended up flushing something very large here. And then I guess we just exhausted the sellers. So they're looking for more sellers and we just haven't found them. So this was fairly exhaustive, this move to the downside. So I guess we're just squeezing just on it. This is like what you call a relief rally. So, which is where because we run out of sellers, because we're trying to fish sellers now, we're just going to start hitting all these. But trust me, at some point we're going to flush and it's going to be really hard and really fast. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Like in the next, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. So, but we'll see. This just does not look like, this volume just looks so much better to the downside. So what happens, CK? What happens, CK, is hold on. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find it. If not, I'll pull it out of one of my presentations. There it is. I want to introduce you to a buddy of mine. His name's Big Tony. This guy right here. Really cool guy. Really nice guy. He is he's a market maker on the NYSE. So now what you cannot see is his screen that's over on this side. And I won't have time. I don't think I'm going to be able to find that screenshot I have of that screen of his. But basically what you will see is his screen looks like this. There's a little bit of a price chart here, and then there are moving averages all over that bad boy like this. And one of the main ones is a big fat old VWAP algorithm, right? So VWAP is used by almost every single algorithm that's out there, right? Yeah, Q pixelation, right? Sorry, it's a picture I took with my cell phone. Right, so real stuff, right? You get the real stuff here, Pig, right? So, but you can see here, look at VWAP, right? This is an anchored VWAP. It's anchored to a high plus low, what is it? Hold on, let me get it. High plus low divided by, hold on. Yeah, high plus low plus close divided by 3. So, and it's an auto anchored VWAP, and that's my calculation method for if you want bands or anything like that. So but this is a lovely one. It's pretty close to DOS's actually. Let me get over to Apple now because I keep not doing that. Apple to me looks like it wants to sell more. So in a heartbeat, you see how fast I came up with that thought, right? So now I haven't really even looked at its book, right? But what I can see is this, right? So first off, right at the open, when our MOO order structure came through, right? The market on open orders came through, we immediately had a very large buy. But that very large buy took us into premium, right? So that's interesting. You know, we could maybe go into a breakout on this day or something, right? So now that we've seen, and this is why it's nice to see what happens after the MOO, because remember, we talked about this maybe earlier in the week. Our market on open orders or our MOO orders are a direct reflection of yesterday's market action, right? These are decisions that were mostly made yesterday of people that want to do something today. Right. So yesterday it would seem that maybe there was a little bit of excitement. So now that we saw some buying at the open, what was the market's response to that buying? Sell. Right? We took the premium. This is an awfully large amount of volume, and this isn't actually a giant candle, is it? Because we can move a lot further on a lot less volume. Right? So maybe this candle's actually small considering the amount of volume it has, right? Which if that was the case, then that would mean the market maker offloaded premium into that candle, which means we're probably going to drop. So the biggest thing to watch for, number one thing, everybody, what's the best thing to watch for here? Help me out here. Reoffer, right? Ghost candles will set you free. Look what happens as we reoffer. Look at the volume. See how the volume just dies? As we pull back up to get to that high. Emmy, only one time, please. If you know, like I'm okay if I forget about it like later. If you post it one more time, like every couple of minutes or something, because I miss you, but don't try not to do 3 in a row on me. I just have this little it's not fun. So yeah, but anyway, really, so big squeeze here on really, really low volume. So for me, this is a pretty clean short right up here, right? So and that's really what I would have been looking for. Right? Is that short attempt right there? And you can see even then, look at the reoffer. Look again how the volume drops. And then the sell hits. Look where the volume's at. Red candle. Right? And as we move down, look where the volume's hitting. Red candles. Right? Is this a bounce here? Oh, maybe I want to long it. No, you don't want to long it. Why? The volume's on the red candles. Right? There's no green volume on green candles. Right? Even here as we start to squeeze up. Right there, all the volume is still on the red candles. It's not till you get here that you get volume on a green candle. But what kind of candle do you get? Is it a big engulfing candle or is it a small truncated candle? It's a small truncated candle, right? That's a resistance to buy, right? So again, big candle, red, big candle, red, right? Candle, red. Here's our first buy candle there. Look at the week reoffer on red candles. There's our first legitimate buy opportunity if we were gonna try something on it. And I don't really feel like it was a big stopping volume. You should see like a really large volume spike before you try a reversal on a ticker that's been selling for a long time. So this just ended up squeezing and then it came right back down again. Right. So, but this is what we call our relief rally, right? We exhausted with a little bit too much selling there. So we just kind of pulled back up a little bit, and now we're selling back down again. But this is where bottoms get made, right? This is a good spot to look for a bottom. Like if we were going to, down here's not bad, but it's good stuff. Nice, CK. I think a darker outline with the inside, great. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I like to, we could definitely mess around a little bit. The background, changing the background color also kind of changes things a little bit too. These are ghost candles. So if you go to my Instagram, you can get the link to them in TradingView. It's called Thor's Ghost Candles. And so basically it's a VPA candle, for lack of a better word. So what I do is I'm analyzing the amount of volume that comes in comparative to up and down tick, and I'm returning that as a value. And then I'm utilizing that to shade the candles, right? So you can actually look at the candles now, and you can tell if you, without really paying too much attention to the downside here, you can actually see on the candles when you have genuine selling versus when you're having genuine buying. Right. So it allows you to really read. So you can see like every now and again, right, you get like a big sell here. Well, you're going to go short. Well, no, maybe not. Right. Because it was a big sell, but it didn't drop immediately. So they're going to wait. There's the drop. Pulls back, goes short here. Right. Now you get the drop. Yeah. I mean, so it lets you. Yep. I'm representing volume within candles. So the darker the candle, or the less opacity. Yeah. The more shaded in the candle is, the less hollow the candle is, right? Then the more volume it has. So you can see here, this high volume candle on the sell represents here, but as it pulls back, you can see the candles ghost. They disappear. So they're VPA candles. So the idea being is I want you to be able to do this. I was trading on this off of and out of the airport the other day, and let me tell you, look how good that looks. Right? You can see the plays. It's a little fuzzy, but you can see the things. You can, with the candles, you can see the volume. You can see market news that's relevant coming in. The ATR, like everything I need is just like right there. I do both. I execute through my futures on TV, and I do my DOS the other way. So, but this is, so my next thing is I want this all to be on my iPad Pro. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start running this on my iPad Pro so I can, when I'm traveling, because I'm traveling a lot more, I can just boom, boom, boom. So come by tomorrow because it's the end of the day right now. Tomorrow I'm going to do two things, everybody. All right. So actually, let me check something really quick on the YouTube. I want to make sure. All right. Okay, good. We're at 5:50. All right. So tomorrow we have two things that we need to do tomorrow. So I need everybody to come by tomorrow. Okay. Number one, I'm going to do a drawing tomorrow. And in that drawing, I'm going to do it for a 1-hour mentoring session with me. We had a drawing last week. We did a drawing for an hour of V's time yesterday. On, I believe, Monday or maybe it was Friday, we did an hour of Nathan's time for bookmap tutorials. So I'm going to give out another hour of my time, right, to work with a trader. So 1 hour to talk to me, get to know, do anything you want, right? It's going to be a good time. So come by tomorrow. At the end of the day, we're going to do that, but we're going to only do that if we can get up to 600 likes tomorrow. So today, right now, we're actually closing in around 550. So we're a little low. So we got to put in the work if we're going to give away my time for free. We got to make sure we're doing it. You know what I mean? So I need y'all to show up tomorrow. I need the likes coming in hot. I need to do that. And if we can do that, then what I will do is I will give you an hour of my time. If for some reason you are here and your hands are broken, you somehow managed to get into this room, but while you were in the room, you didn't suddenly slide down and hit that like button, I would also encourage you to do that on the way out here. For everybody who came by and enjoyed the show, it was so great having you here. For everybody else, it was great having you here too. I hope everyone has a great rest of your trading day. I will see everybody tomorrow. We're going to have Nathan on to talk a little bit about Bookmap. So I hope you all have a great day. Much love to you, BBT family. Keep it green. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.